Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our ACA 2022 kickoff here. Hopefully you guys are all pumped for ACA this year, for open enrollment this year, right? A lot of stuff going on in this industry, and we are so excited. We have a ton of people that have joined us this morning. So thank you guys all for joining us. We are so happy to have you guys here. It's a big family here. We got AHCP, we got HST in the house. We also have a lot of cool carriers in the house today who are going to talk to us a little bit about ACA and what to expect from them, their product, what's going to happen this ACA open enrollment, and help you guys really get started to having an amazing and impactful open enrollment this year. So we are super pumped. So happy to have you guys here this morning. I can already tell from the chat, we have some really good energy this morning, so I'm loving it. Let's keep that up, guys. Today, what we're going to be going over, right? We have some really cool carriers that have decided to join us today. We have Cigna in the house. We're going to have United, Bright Healthcare, Molina Healthcare, and Oscar are all going to present for us a little bit today, guys. They're all going to give us a little bit of information about what they're doing this ACA, their product, and everything like that. So be ready for that. Myself, trainer Nick here, Nick Merrill, I'm going to go over ACA refresh, so you guys know what's changed in ACA from last year to this year. Make sure you guys are up to speed on everything you need to do. And just make sure we're dotting our I's, crossing our T's as we get going into open enrollment here in the next few weeks. All right. So pumped for that. Okay. And we do have an anonymous attendee that asked if this is recorded. Absolutely, this is being recorded. We will get the recording of this event out to you guys via email when it's available. So we'll get information to you guys later on that, but this is definitely being a recorded event for those of you that have prior engagements this morning. All right. So great day planned for us today. I'm going to jump right in and let's start talking about ACA, right? Let's talk about what to expect this year for open enrollment, right? The first thing, and a lot of you guys should hopefully already know this, but if you don't, here's your announcement. ACA was extended till January 15th, okay? For those of you that know me, I live in California. It's extended every year for me, okay? So it goes until end of January for me generally. For the rest of you that normally do not get an extension, we are now looking at all the way till January 15th for open enrollment. So November 1st, we're starting. And now you guys have bought yourselves an extra month. Hopefully that'll help us get through this time in a little less stress, all that stuff. Let's not be the agents that procrastinate, though. I know a bunch of you on this call, and we won't go there. But yeah, so let's make sure that you guys are on top of this stuff. Don't wait till January to get your policies wrote, but at least we have a little bit extra time now, okay? If Caleb, you're talking to me about it being dark, it's 7 a.m. here, man. The light's not out yet. I'm trying to light this room up as much as I can, so bear with me, guys, all right? There's like 3 lights on in here, man. All right, guys, so things to know about ACA. This is going to be a quick refresh, a quick overview, okay? Obviously, we know, guys, ACA, Affordable Care Act, is guaranteed issue, meaning your customers that have pre-existing conditions, they're going to be able to get benefits, right? There's no lifetime limits on these plans anymore, right? Those are out the door for us. We have the 4 metallic levels, although we know it's really bronze, silver, gold. Platinums are kind of going away depending on the states that you're in. But remember, look out for those bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Those should kind of give you a guiding light in stuff like the deductible, the out-of-pocket, anything like that for your customer, okay? This is a big one, guys. These numbers have changed a little bit this year, okay? Our maximum out-of-pocket for individuals this year will be $8,700. So it's gone up a little bit from the $8,550 that we were dealing with last year. And the family max out-of-pocket is now $17,400. So as well, that has jumped up on us from $17,100. So you guys need to be aware of these terms. Obviously, it's going to impact the base level plans, okay? The big thing with ACA, right, is these EHBs, these essential health benefits. For some of your clients, these are going to be a big selling point, right? For some of your clients, it might be something they're not wanting to pay for, but these are discussions we have to have with our clients, right? Talk about the 100% wellness coverage. For some of our clients, depending on their age and everything, maternity, mental health, which is such a big thing nowadays, right? Prescriptions, adult immunizations. And then for the smaller, possibility or the smaller group of people, we have dental for children, right? Stuff like that. So make sure that you guys, population was the word I was looking for. God, I'm good at this game. So make sure you guys are talking through that stuff with your clients. All right. Hey, Caleb, let's talk ACA and not Dodgers baseball. All right. Even though I'm in LA, right? Gosh, man. All right. Big thing, the 80% MLR, right? 80% MLR is actually something that it seems like over the last decade here, we're finally figuring out. The carriers are doing, our commissions have gone up a little bit, although we won't go over that on this call today. So 80% MLR, that is what the carriers, they have to use 80% of everything that they bring in on premiums and pay that out the claims, right? We already know that. And that impacts everything, how they run their business, advertising, marketing, paying you guys, right? All that. So make sure that we know the 80% MLR is in ACA. Very, very important. Okay. And then this is the big one. And we'll go in a little bit of detail here, right? But subsidies. This is really why to bring people to ACA, right? That free money, that money growing in the tree in the back of the White House, right? The subsidies right here. So very important for some clients. This is going to be the only route for them, especially with the subsidies, right? So it's so important that we're looking for this. And with all the bills that have been signed in, guys, there is some good money available on these subsidies here. Okay, some really good money, and it's opened up to a large portion of this population. So make sure that we're looking at that, okay? Make sure that we're looking at that. Very important as we're doing our sales process, guys, okay? There are things that your client has to know about the plans that we're going over. And this is whether it's ACA or whether it's a supplement or a short-term, they need to understand how the plan works, right? Now, we're going to take this from an ACA route here, though, okay? So first thing, most important thing here, guys, your customer, your client, they need to know how doctors and prescriptions are going to work on the plan that you chose for them, right? Is it going to go to copay? Does it apply to deductible and coinsurance, right? Your customer needs to know what to expect when they go to a doctor, okay? When they go to their family doctor, what to expect when they go to CVS to get their pharmacy filled, right? These are just standard things on health insurance, right? We need to talk through this on our clients. So you need to make sure that you understand how this is going to work on the plans that we're presenting for them, okay? Guys, this is probably the most important thing with a plan that you're choosing in the health insurance industry, right? And that's the network. Everybody knows it. We need to talk through our clients. Are they going on an HMO? Are they going on a PPO? In ACA now, we're seeing a lot of these EPOs, right? The exclusive provider organizations. We need to make sure that we're explaining to our client what the network is and then how it works, right? Because that's going to be what doctors they're able to go see, right? Now, the most important part of this, guys, is right there in orange. We also need to make sure that we are letting our client know what happens if you go out of network, right? Is it as simple as it just doubles up your deductible and coinsurance out of network? Is the rules more complex than that, right? Your customer needs to know what to expect, both from going in network and so what doctors they can see and everything like that, but also what to expect. Heaven forbid they are unable to go in network and have to go seek help outside of network, okay? Super important things to touch on in our sales process, all right? You always need to let your client know, worst case scenario, this is what you're looking at, right? Now, when we're talking about max out of pocket here, we're talking about worst case scenario, guys. This is the opportunity to cross-sell, right? We're not just riding ACA just because this is an ACA kickoff. We are not just riding ACA, right? Guys, we need to make sure that we're looking for opportunities to add some supplemental, so some accidents, some critical illness, some dental plans, whatever it might be. And so sometimes when we're explaining how the plan works and we're talking about the customer's exposure here, right? That allows some opportunity to suggest ways to protect them, okay? Ooh, Carmen had a good question. She said, do all ACA plans on and off exchange roll over if members do nothing during OE? No, Carmen, they do not. So they need to make sure that they're looking at that. You as the agent or as the broker too, make sure you're reaching out to your clients that you sold last year. Just do a review with them. How did everything work for you? How did your plan work for you? How did you use your plan? Did you use your plan, right? And just having that quick little 5-minute checkup is really going to let you know, are they in the right place? Do we keep them where they're at? Or do we need to make some adjustments to that, right? But it's so important, guys. Everyone you wrote, give them that courtesy call. You should already be kind of lining that up here in early October. Let's be real. Let's start lining that up. Let's get our customers in the pipeline here from last year and just do the discount double check. All right. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that here, but do the discount double check and just make sure, is everything with your health insurance good? Did you use it last year? Did everything work out as you expected? And then is there anything major that happened that we might need to be aware of and might need to put you in a different position, right? So it's so important, but make sure your customers are aware of all this stuff. And then what is paid for versus what is covered, right? This is very important, guys. One of the biggest areas of confusion in insurance, right, is that the term paid for versus covered, right? Somebody will be on a phone call with you, say this is covered. They go to the doctor, they're expecting not to get a bill, and they get a bill, right? So we need to make sure that we're explaining to our clients how this stuff works and what they can anticipate when they use their bill. And so give them good examples, guys. Use some relevant examples of, hey, when you go to the doctor, okay, if heaven forbid you fell and broke your leg, right? This is how this is going to work. If you get pregnant, this is what to expect from the plan, right? So you guys need to call this stuff out for your clients. Make some relevant examples that are going to make sense for their life, okay? If you've got somebody with a couple kids, let's talk about youth soccer or something like that for those of you that don't like soccer, right? Let's talk about some kids' sports in ways that could open up. If you're talking to a 62-year-old that's kids are out of the house and everything, maybe that's not the example to bring up, okay? But let's talk about if they fell, hurt something. Maybe let's talk about prescriptions, right? Different things like that. So it's very important, guys, but you need to make sure that we're doing this checkup with our customers and that they're going to understand how not only the plan that they're currently on works, but how the plan that we're going to put them on is going to work for them, okay? It's so important, guys. So, so important, okay? Balanced billing, Catherine's a completely different thing. That's for group sales and stuff like that. That's a completely offline thing that you can get into with an upline if when you get there. But this is just an ACA kickoff here. So sorry on that. Big thing here, guys. This is the main selling point of ACA, right? At least in my mind, it's the subsidies, right? And especially nowadays, with everything that's happened this past year, and really the push that our current elected officials have made to really get ACA back alive and kicking, they've thrown a lot of extra money in it, right? So guys, your clients that had it last year, if you didn't already review stuff with them over this past 6-7 months, now is the time. But guys, there are a lot of people that weren't qualifying for subsidies before that are now, or that were qualifying for a little one before that are getting a lot now, okay? So you need to make sure you're doing the review, double checking that information. Whatever somebody qualified for last year is probably going to be a little less than what they qualified for this year. Everything seems to have gone up a little bit. Yes, Stephanie, you might have missed it in the beginning, but we got 5 carriers that are joining us here. You'll be done listening to me spit in about 15 minutes here, and then we got 5 good carriers that are going to come on and talk to us a little bit about their products. So yes, absolutely. So big things to look out for here, guys, on subsidies. Income, family size, and zip code. Thank you, Stephanie. Income, family size, and zip code are the 3 factors to whether or not you're going to qualify for a subsidy, okay? super important. Sometimes people get age confused in this. Age is not one of the 3 factors that's going to get you to qualify for a subsidy, okay? But age can impact the dollar amount of your subsidy. So I'm going to spend a second on that for you guys, just for some to help that sink in, okay? So if we have me and Mr. Steve Tratner, let's just say we both live in the same zip code, we both make the same household income, and we both have the same family size, okay? Now, Steve's about 10 years older than me. Steve's health plan, when me and Steve submit for a subsidy, okay, the government is going to say, hey, Nick, Steve, based on your income, your family size, and your zip code, you guys qualify. You guys should only be paying $250 a month for health insurance, okay? Awesome. I should only be paying $250 for health insurance. Well, what happens, guys, is since Steve is a little bit older than me, Steve's health insurance plan costs a little bit more than mine, right? So my health insurance plan might only cost $400 a month, okay? So if my health insurance only costs $400 a month and I'm supposed to pay $250, I'm going to qualify for a $150 subsidy. Well, Steve, the same income, family size, and zip code, but since he's a couple years older, his plan costs a little bit more. So Steve's plan might be $600 a month. We got to get him down to $250, right? So he's going to get a $350 subsidy. His age, my age, had nothing to do with us getting approved for that subsidy, but the age did come in to change the dollar amount, okay? Very, very important in there, okay? Here's the federal poverty level, guys. Now, this changed on us this past year. And so some of you might already be aware of this. Some of you, this might be new information to you, okay? This first thing you're going to notice, there's 2 extra columns here at the end than are normal for a federal poverty level. And this is a chart that got updated in April of this year with the new ACA stuff that Biden pushed out, okay? The big thing here, guys, this 400 to 600 range, this is temporary. From everything we're being told, I don't believe that this is going to stay, although we'll see in the years. So make sure you're taking advantage of this currently. Ironically enough, as I told you that age is not a factor in qualifying for a subsidy, age is generally a factor that will come into play in this 400 to 600 range, okay? So the younger you are, the reason it says you may qualify in this 400 to 600, this is federal poverty, Robin. So 100% of the federal poverty level at 1 and 1 in the top left corner, that is literally what the government has deemed as the poverty level. If you make $12,880 a year, according to the government, you are officially at the poverty level, okay? And then each percentage is literally just math from there. So 200%, 300, et cetera, going up. So big thing here, guys, on the 400 to 600%, that why it says may qualify, not everybody's going to get those. But our older population will probably have some subsidy in this range. And so that's where the age is coming in. Because again, we're trying to bring their costs down to a certain amount. So be aware of that. But this is some of that stuff where it's opened up a huge range for us. Okay. And then under 400%, guys, this whole range here, these guys qualify for subsidies. Okay. This is a really large range. Guys, you don't need to memorize this chart. Please don't sit here like, oh my gosh, I got to write all these numbers down, screenshot this, whatever you do. Guys, it's just about putting this in your head to understand there's a lot of opportunities out there for customers to get subsidies. Okay. A lot of opportunity out there. So make sure that you're running them through and checking eligibility. See what's out there for them. Okay. Very, very important. Another big thing with subsidies, right, is these cost sharing plans. For those of you that don't know what a cost sharing plan is, cost sharing, now first, you can see it on the left, it's silver only. So if you're looking at the levels, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, cost sharing is only available on silver plans, okay? So if you have a silver plan, and our customer is one of these banded ranges here of the poverty level, they're probably going to qualify for a cost sharing plan. What is a cost sharing plan? Oh, great question, Andrea. What is cost sharing? Cost sharing is amazing, guys. And you guys, as brokers and agents, need to be the professional here and educate your clients and kind of talk them this way. So what cost sharing is, guys, your customer inevitably, if they're in one of these banded ranges, is going to qualify for a subsidy, right? And their bronze plan is probably going to come out to $0 a month, okay? That's probably what it's going to come out to, $0 a month. And then they're going to get a silver plan that has cost sharing in it. And the silver plan might cost them a little bit a month, maybe $30 a month, $40 a month, whatever it might be, right? Your customer, you already know this, is going to go for the free option, right? Your customer is going to try to go free. That's just what they do, right? What a cost sharing reduction is, guys, and you need to educate your clients on this because silver plan for a few bucks a month is going to be the way to go. What it's going to do, the cost sharing reduction is going to lower stuff like their maximum out of pocket, okay? It's going to lower stuff like their deductible is going to drop. So instead of a $7,000 or $8,000 deductible, their deductible might be $1,000. Okay. You guys have to educate your clients on these things. Okay. If you have a client that's looking at the free plan, but they're looking at a $7,000 max out of pocket, you need to let them know, heaven forbid something happens and you have to pay out of pocket, you're going to pay $7,000, or would you rather pay a couple bucks a month and heaven forbid something happens, maximum you're going to pay is $1,000, right? That's what, correct, Anna, even $500 sometimes on the cost sharing reduction. So it's so important, guys, to educate your clients on that and put them in these cost share reductions on the silver plans. What banded means is there's different benefits that come with each of these. So if you're 100 to 150% of the federal poverty level, you're going to have a certain type of plan on the silver cost share reduction. 150, 200, certain type of plan, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, Lisa, most people look at the plans with zero deductibles. As long as it's silver, awesome. It should qualify for a cost sharing reduction. They're going to be cool. If it's not silver, I implore you guys to look at that option. Okay. Make sure you guys educate your client on that because a lot of times that's going to be the better option. All right, guys, there's a lot of systems you can use to quote and enroll, right? A big thing, and the reason I got Coverage Builder screenshotted right here for us. In Coverage Builder, earlier this year, we saw that we added health on exchange. So you guys are now able to quote and enroll health on exchange through Coverage Builder. Also, if you have a quote at retail account, same button should be in here for you. So that's an option. Some of you guys I know use Health Sherpa. Continue doing what you're doing if that's what you do. Some of you guys go directly to carrier portals. So if you go directly to carrier portals, that's totally cool. But I would look into one of these systems going to make your business flow a little bit more simple. But that's just me. And then also some of you guys go to state exchanges or healthcare.gov. So all of that's going to be rolled in. You guys got to make sure that you know your business process here for that. Okay. Big thing here when you're using the systems. Coverage Builder here, hopefully, knock on wood, right before open enrollment is going to get an enhanced direct enrollment flow built into it. And we'll send more communication on this out towards the end of the month. What enhanced direct enrollment means is hopefully by open enrollment in Coverage Builder, you guys are going to be able to do the whole flow, pulling eligibility, finishing the enrollment, everything right here in the Coverage Builder flow. Okay, right here in this flow. So super important. We are finally going to get that coming into Coverage Builder. So very, very important. How do you get Coverage Builder? You just have to be contracted with National General. Coverage Builder is your National General account that you would enroll, quote and enroll through. So make sure that you're contracted through NatGen with your team, with your agency. All right, guys, I'm rolling up to the finish here before we start handing it off and really getting into some of our carriers here, okay? couple quick reminders for us, guys. All right, you guys can quote and enroll either through healthcare.gov and check subsidies there, all that stuff. Your state exchanges, right? I'm in California, so covered California here, or whoever your state exchange may be. Coverage Builder or Quote It if you're a Quote It retail account. And then Carrier Direct. You can go to your direct to your carrier portals, anything like that, to do quoting and enrolling. There's a whole lot of different ways that you can do that, okay? Big thing, and I think most of you guys know this. Subsidies are only available on exchange, right? If you guys go off exchange, some of you don't even know the difference between on and off exchange, right? On and off exchange are very similar plans, but off exchange is generally like a carrier direct. You're going direct to the carrier with the same plan that would be on healthcare.gov. You're just not qualifying for a subsidy. You're not applying for a subsidy, right? So generally speaking, if you're going to do offer on exchange, it'd actually behoove you to just go check healthcare.gov and see if they qualify for a subsidy at the very least. So double check that, okay? Leah, you asked, in California, can you sell ACA through Coverage Builder? No, because it's through a state exchange. It's done through Covered California, right? The state exchanges aren't going to be in there. It's a healthcare.gov flow, but that's a great question. Great question. This is so important, guys. So I touched on this a little bit earlier. Be the professional here, guys. Be the professional. Call all of your clients from last year. And I'm telling you guys, I would start doing this now. Okay. Ask them how their plan worked for them last year. Okay. Let's rerun them through eligibility. See, did anything change? Because I know stuff changed on the government's end. Did anything change on your customer's end? Do they qualify for more? How did the plan work? And what are the new options that we could put them on? Do this review with all of your clients, guys. And the cool thing, if you're doing this right, this also becomes a referral opportunity because your clients have friends and family that, what do you know, are looking for insurance right now. And so if you take care of them and they remember, oh my God, my insurance agent's Nick, he just helped me. Why don't you give him a call? So make sure that you guys are doing this with all of your clients. And I know a lot of names on this call. I know a lot of you guys do this already. But if you don't, make sure you add this to your repertoire. And thank you, Steve, for clarifying that for me. So Covered California is available on Quote It, but the application is faxed. It's not an electronic integration. And so especially when we go to ED and stuff, you guys got to be aware of that. And Coverage Builder's working right now, Mary Beth. Yes, definitely. And then protect your clients by bundling ancillary products, guys. And I hope all of you guys are doing this. I hope all of you guys are doing this. But you got stuff like Plan Enhancer, right? A good accident plan where somebody's going to actually go up and hit their deductible. Throw an accident, they're so affordable, so inexpensive. An accident plan with an SIP rider. COVID, guys, right? It's the easiest thing to add right now is that sickness hospitalization rider on the Plan Enhancer because COVID, it's on everybody's mind. Hey, if you're hospitalized due to COVID, this plan's going to pay out for you, right? Talk to them about critical illness. Let's look at some indemnity plans if that's going to be a good option for them. And then, of course, guys, dental, vision, the easy stuff. We should be adding these on every plan that we sell. Make sure that you guys are doing a full process on every client that you're talking to, okay? And then again, guys, we have an amazing list of carriers that are going to be talking with us today. We have Cigna on with us today. We have United Healthcare. We have Bright Healthcare, Molina, and Oscar, all who have come on today, who are going to pour a little bit to us. So I'm excited. I'm pumped, guys. Hopefully you guys are. I did a good job staying right on time, so I'm blessed with myself there. So I now get the pleasure, and he actually just jumped in here. I now get the pleasure of introducing Mr. Nick Chapa from Cigna. How you doing, Nick?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right here so you can take over. All right, man?
All right. Give me 1 second.
You're good. And here we go.
You guys see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, perfect. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on, or I should say maybe thanks for having me today. We'll go through a little bit today about Cigna and what we're going to be doing for 2022. We'll start off obviously with myself. So my name is Nick Ciopa. I handle national broker distribution for Cigna within the under 65 space. Had a great year with a lot of you folks last year on the call and looking to continue to build on that, especially as we grow our footprint and get more competitive in the marketplace. So we'll talk a little bit about the Cigna value, some of our customer programs and services, as well as our plan solutions for this year, which is something unique that we do. A little bit on pharmacy, updates to our broker tools, and then ultimately we'll do a quick market review, very high level, because I know you guys have a lot of information coming in. So I try to keep it as concise as possible. So who's Cigna? So Cigna is a global health service company who's really dedicated to providing whole person services and solutions. And so the idea behind this is, Cigna is around the world in multiple lines of business, whether it's our commercial business, our global business, and then within our government business, which is really Medicare, Medicaid at a small scale, and then obviously under 65 or IFP. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of our members. I would say one of the big things that we hear consistently from the market and brokers, whether they're on the ground or selling virtually, is when you place your business with Cigna, there's very much a peace of mind with the member. There's not a lot of headaches for them. At the end of the day, I think every carrier has their challenges at some point or another. But for the most part, I would say Cigna is incredibly competent at taking care of your members and making sure that you're not getting phone calls at any time of the day for escalations and coming to us. And then ultimately, the idea is to be champions for our customers and communities. And so that's what I mean by, providing 24/7, 365 days a year support to our customers. And we're also very involved in the communities. Right. So we're in all markets throughout the country. At a commercial level, we have market presidents and directors who live in market and do a lot in terms of dedicating their time and resources to really make sure that we're not just giving people a health plan, but knowing that we're committed to the market. And we're growing this within IFP, but we've been doing it for a very long time on the commercial side of the business. And when we look at the Cigna strategy at like an enterprise level, and this is kind of the last thing here to touch on, but this is really what our goal is and kind of our consistent message that we try to push out to the market. And the idea is we want to drive affordability, predictability, and ultimately making things simple for our customers to understand. So we want to put out an affordable product in a very competitive landscape, which is the ACA environment. We want to make it predictable. And so when we say predictable, we really are talking about, having our customers know where they can go to find care, not getting out of network charges, not getting surprise bills in the mail. And we do this ultimately with giving them the tools necessary to kind of engage in their own healthcare experience and journey. And again, I think this is another thing that a lot of carriers are finally coming to light on and really going and giving the consumer the necessary tools they need to make informed decisions. And we try to do this at the most simple possible way that we can. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the upcoming slides. So what are some of our customer programs and services? So driving on that simple idea is the Cigna One Guide. And this is all built in within the My Cigna experience. And so the My Cigna experience is essentially, whether it's an app on your phone or the website, it's a one-stop shop for our members to go somewhere and get information on their health plan, on Cigna, maybe their medications, finding in-network doctors or hospitals. Everything's done there. So maybe your customers don't have a smartphone, but they do have access to a computer. They can go do this online as well and get all of that information. And then the One Guide is really a personalized guide experience. And again, I think this is something that a lot of carriers are trending towards, and Cigna's no different here, is when they call in, they're only going to talk to this one person. They're not going to get shifted from here to there and department to department to get an answer. This person is dedicated to answering all their needs during that phone call. So really a great service. And again, 24/7, 365 days a year, they can get this information. Virtual care. So, again, virtual care is something that I think has been growing very consistently within the industry. And Cigna made a really big acquisition this past spring. And so we brought on MD Live, which is a leading telehealth provider. And now that is a Cigna company. And the idea behind this is to really continue to drive affordable options for our members and making it very easy for them to get the care they need in a virtual environment. And so, virtual care is obviously for minor medical conditions. We're not advocating for people to go there for broken bones or anything like this, but they'll have the ability to talk to board certified providers at a very affordable price. In a lot of cases, it's going to be $0 in most of our markets on our plans. It's convenient. They can use it on their phone, tablet, or computer. They can get prescriptions sent directly to their pharmacy through virtual care. And this is for adults and pediatrics as well. Again, this is another service that's 24/7, 365 days a year. The customer has the ability to use it at home, maybe at work. If they travel a lot on the go, it's flexible in the sense that it can be accessed in all 50 states. And then one of the other things that I think is unique is Cigna does have the ability to do video chat in tandem to phone. So that's a nice perk as well. But I think the MD Live acquisition was a really huge purchase for Cigna, and it's going to allow us to continue to build on this experience and make it even better for our customers. And one of the ways for this upcoming year is we added dermatology to it. So now, in the past, it was really just for minor medical or behavioral health needs. But in OE22, we're adding dermatology to the virtual care platform, which I think is pretty cool. So folks can actually talk to a dermatologist, send them a picture and get all their answers, again, in kind of a one-stop shop environment. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna do a little Q&A at the end. So if you do have questions, just feel free to either write them down or ask them at the end. So Take Control Rewards Program. So again, this is just another program that we have for our customers to kind of advocate for them to engage in their health. And the idea is they're able to earn $275 a year in points for completing very simple actions, as simple as just creating their My Cigna account, which is again that one-stop shop environment where they can get all the information about their Cigna plan, complete their annual wellness exam, or even just going through and learning about their benefits and logging it. They can earn these points, and then these points can be redeemed in a very I would kind of describe it as like an Amazon environment where they can go and purchase a number of things. So like a couple examples are Fitbits, Roku's, even Costco memberships, movie tickets. There's a lot of different ways for people to actually take advantage of this program. So customer plan solutions. So what is that? So last year, Cigna rolled out for the first time what was our diabetes care plans. And those were plans really tailored to the diabetic community. And this year, we're continuing to build on that. So the first one that we're going to be rolling out, and this is another new one for 22, is our Cigna asthma and COPD plans. And so the idea here is exactly what they sound like. These are for folks that do have asthma or COPD, and the enhanced plans are going to give them, really a $0 medication copay, as well as certain respiratory care benefits. So pay no more than $10. And again, all deductibles are waived on these plans, but they'll pay no more than $10 on generic asthma or COPD medications. They'll pay no more than $20 on preferred prescriptions, $0 for pulmonary rehabilitation services, $0 for pulmonary function tests, and $0 for supplemental oxygen. Again, all of the deductibles are waived. And the reason why these plans are important for these folks, maybe this is just a small subset of your customer base, but it is maybe worth asking the question now, because these folks are really purchasing their medication or their equipment on a regular basis. So this adds up for them very, very fast. And so that's the idea that we're doing is trying to roll these plans out to make it more affordable for folks who are in this disease state. The next one is the diabetes care plans. And so the unique thing with this is it's kind of like a two-pronged approach. So we have what's called our diabetes care solutions, and these are for all Cigna plans, right? So these are for all bronze plans, silver plans, gold plans, on exchange, off exchange, it doesn't matter. And the idea is this is also bringing down the cost regardless of the plan you're on if you are a diabetic and a Cigna customer. So on all of our plans, there'll be $0 for diabetes management education, $0 for certain labs and exams. So some of the big ones are going to be their A1C test, the retinal eye exam, the nephropathy screening. That's always a good one to try and get out. $0 for certain diabetic supplies. So think of like test strips, whether they're going to be for blood glucose or even urine test strips. And then the big one is you're not going to pay, or I should say our customers are not going to pay more than $25 for either a 30-day supply or $75 for a 90-day supply of the insulins below. So Basaglar, that's going to be Lantus, that's the brand term if folks are familiar. And then even some of the short-acting insulins as well, like Humalog, Humalog Mix, and Humulin. So really helping out these folks, regardless of the plan that they're going to take with Cigna. And then we decide to double down and go a bit further and then roll out those specific diabetes care plans. And now whether it's the asthmatic plans or COPD plans or the diabetes care plans, you'll know which ones these are because it's in the naming convention when you go through the shopping experience. So very easy to kind of locate them. And so the idea with these plans is it really doubles down just from our diabetes care solutions on all plans. It's going to give them greater savings with no cost on diabetes supplies and services. So $0 for diabetes related equipment. So think about certain insulin pumps, $0 for preferred insulins, as well as other medications that might be, taken orally. $0 for diabetic supplies, infusion pumps, infusion sets, skin preparation supplies, and $0 for some additional benefits like nutritional counseling and diabetic foot care. Again, these are just really trying to help out folks in a disease state that are continuously purchasing these type of items on a monthly basis, because it can get very expensive. I don't know if anybody has diabetics in their life, but they would understand that this can really add up fast. And then the last one is our off exchange only plans. So last year we rolled out 2 silver off exchange only plans. And this year we're continuing to build on that by also rolling out bronze and gold plans that are off exchange only. And the idea here is they're going to be more affordable price point versus the off exchange mirrored on exchange plans. They're going to be adding an HSA compatible plan at the bronze level. This was a big ask from the broker community this past year, was like, hey, I really wanted an HSA plan for certain customers in certain markets. And we decided to roll out one on the bronze level to meet that need. The silver plans are really robust and lean options. And then the gold plans are kind of going after the ICHRA market. So, if you have any, employers in the market who are starting to offer ICHRA plans, it's very regionalized. It's not necessarily picking up steam everywhere throughout the country. But in certain markets, it definitely is. So if you do have folks that are maybe employed and they're getting some money on the side or reimbursement from their employer and they want to go to the exchanges, these gold plans are going to be a great option for them as well. So Cigna Pharmacy. So this is another one similar to the MD Live acquisition. Cigna also acquired Express Scripts, I want to say about 4 years ago. It's a pretty big deal. And a lot of the dividends are starting to get paid off here now. So Cigna's national network, there's more than 67,000 pharmacies in network around the country. So think of all the big ones as well as mom and pop shops. I could say it's pretty safe to say that it's easy to find an in-network pharmacy for our customers. You can get a 30-day supply of any medication at any of our in-network retail pharmacies. The affordability is being driven through that patient insurance program. We have affordable RX copays on all of our tiers. And it's easy to find out, what exactly drugs are going to cost or what drugs are covered under the plan, either on Cigna.com or again on the My Cigna experience. And this also, I don't know if I touched on this at the top. It, obviously, through the Express Scripts relationship, home delivery is another big item that Cigna is able to deliver to the customers. So let's talk a little bit about the broker portal. We have one big enhancement this upcoming year. That was a pretty big lift for the team, but a huge ask from the broker community. So if anyone is familiar, maybe you're not familiar, this is essentially what it looks like. It's a pretty streamlined experience, very straightforward when you log into the broker portal. You have your resource center, which we'll talk about what you can get there. You can obviously quote and enroll. We do have the enhanced direct enrollment experience directly in the broker portal, which means you can write on exchange business directly through Cigna without going to the marketplace if you'd like. And as well as our off exchange business, which is written here as well. We upgraded that experience for the brokers to make it very, very seamless and I would say a more modernized quoting and enrolling experience than it's been in the past. You can obviously look up your book of business and search for customers, doctors, medications, and get all really the documents and forms you might need. So pending payment, this was the big one that the team was able to build out this I guess you could call it off season, maybe not considering the SCP environment we were in. And this is just kind of like a screenshot that I took because it was in like a beta function, but it should be live within the next week. But now you can go on here and you can see which customers on exchange or off exchange have made payment. In the past, you weren't able to do this. So this allows you to really manage your book a lot easier because you can kind of track folks down through the open enrollment season, especially if you have a large book of business. You know, it's pretty difficult to try and size up who's paid, who hasn't paid. And now it's very easy and all located within the book of business tab at the top. So this was a huge win for the team and the broker community. Resource Center. So within the Resource Center, this is probably where I'd say a lot of brokers live the most. We do have the ability to create your own producer link. This is essentially you go on, it'll spit out a link that you can send out to your customers and they can self-enroll and all that business will be tied to you. So again, if you have really large book of business, even maybe working Medicare or IFP at the same time, this really cuts down on that workload for you, and you can get this out to your customers and they can enroll and you can still get the client attributed to you and get the credit and the commission for it. Instructional materials. So in here, this is really, we have a lot of videos, whether our dental videos or even our medical videos, kind of going over a market by market overview. If you really want to deep dive, you know, here we're kind of going over like the national view, which again, I keep at a very high level. But if you're like, hey, I just sell in Virginia, or I just sell in Tennessee or Florida or wherever it is, you can go in here and get really a whole presentation on that market. And even through open enrollment, if you wanted to do a refresh, maybe you forgot some things, you can come in here as well and get all that information pretty easily. Documents and forms, exactly what it sounds like. SBCs, marketing materials, plan grids, you name it, all of that will be here. And you can even go back to prior years if you wanted to and filter it by state. So again, everything really you could need as a broker is found here in the Resource Center to kind of assist you through the selling season in 2022. Okay, so now finally, let's go into the footprint, what that's going to look like. So geographically, this is what our footprint looks like for 2022. And the dark blue states are going to be the ones that are either new states to Cigna or really experiencing expansion within the state for the upcoming year. So Phoenix is going to have expansion into 3 counties, and we're expecting to be actually very competitive in those counties, which is a great sign because historically, you know, we haven't been the most competitive carrier in Arizona. Looking at Florida, one of the big ones is Miami-Dade. You know, it's the biggest ACA market in the country just by population. So we're expecting to do really well there. Georgia is going to be a new one. Georgia's definitely emerged as kind of like a, I guess, you know, I guess, a new Florida in the sense of like it's an ACA hotbed. There's a lot of carriers going into Georgia. We're going to be going into the Atlanta region as well as Athens, and it's pretty large geographic environment. You can see it's 45 counties within Georgia. Mississippi. So Mississippi is one we're really excited about. We're expecting to be the price leader throughout the state of Mississippi where we are going to be located. So that's going to be like the Hattiesburg, Tupelo, and the Gulf Coast. So this is going to be about 31 counties. We're going into Pennsylvania. So this is going to be Philadelphia Metro. So the 5 counties surrounding Philly. Not exactly expansion, but big news for Tennessee. So Tennessee is one of our biggest markets just in terms of enrollment volume and the amount of clients we have there on the IFP side. And one of the huge asks from the broker community in Tennessee was like, hey, listen, I have customers in Memphis, but I also have customers in Nashville or over in Knoxville, and they travel throughout the state, and it would be great if they could have, just a one statewide network. So now we actually are rolling that out this year in Tennessee. So all of our members can pretty much go to any of our in-network hospitals within the state. So this was big. In Tennessee, we do have Vanderbilt, which is located in Nashville, which is definitely the premier system. And a lot of folks like to travel there if they have kind of a major complication going on. So this is another big win for us, and as well as the broker community and the clients in Tennessee. And then in Virginia, small expansion, 4 counties in the Richmond market, 4 counties surrounding the Northern Virginia market, which is another one of our biggest states from an IFP perspective. So I'm going to talk about some plan highlights real quick. We don't have the plan grids exactly done, so I put these together just to kind of show you guys what some stuff will look like. These are really the plans that I consider to probably really sell in volume this year. So the first one is obviously the diabetes care plan, and these are bronze plans, and obviously the silver ones are going to be silver. But as you can see, their specialists are only going to be a $90 deductible, with that being waived. Diabetics obviously are going to see their endocrinologists relatively frequently, and they have the $0 on the preferred insulin at the bottom there. The Connect 6750 is a bronze plan that I think there'll be a lot of $0 options here in most markets. And it's got some first dollar benefits on the primary care and the specialist care with the deductibles being waived, and a $40 copay on the urgent cares. The Connect 2900, another one, first dollar benefit on the primary care, $30 copay with deductibles being waived, and continuing the same trend on the Connect 4000, which was only going to be a $15 copay on primary care and specialist care. So I think one of the trends here, and I don't expect you guys to remember all of this, but is we really wanted to roll out some first dollar benefits this year on all our tiers, whether folks are subsidized or not subsidized. So we can make sure that they're getting affordable options. And then, obviously in the huge part of the market is going to be within the 100 to 250% of the federal poverty level. So these are just a couple of those plans for you guys. They're all listed under the Connect 2900. And the deductibles on the first 2 are obviously going to be $0 and super competitive from a copay standpoint, whether it's on primary or specialist care. Urgent cares, all very affordable for folks that are kind of sitting within this demographic. So what do you guys need to know? And I just kind of throw this together to give, again, that really high level overview. If you want to do deep dives on the market, I really encourage you to go to the broker portal and go to those instructional materials, and you can get very detailed reporting in terms of like who our hospital partners are going to be in every market in every state, as well as the plan designs in every state to really get that granular level information you might be looking for. But at the top, this is really what I would say are all markets. So we have those condition specific plans in all of our markets. So the asthmatic plans, the diabetes plans, those are going to be everywhere. We're going to have first dollar benefits on the bronze level in all of our markets. The RX copays on tier 1, you'll see a lot of them at $0 or $3. So think of those generic brands. And we're going to have $0 bronze plans in pretty much every market within the 100 to 200% of the federal poverty level. In Arizona, we have Cigna Medical Group in market, which is obviously a Cigna entity within the state. We have Banner, Honor, and Dignity all in network. Those are really all of the biggest hospital systems within the Phoenix market. And then we're going to have that expansion. We're going to be the price leader in Greeley, which is one of the MSAs in Colorado. In Florida, we're having the expansion into Miami-Dade, and Baptist is going to be our core anchor partner. Probably, I would say, one of the more premier systems in the market. So we think, it's not going to be the lowest cost plan, but for folks who are willing to pay a little more because they want that Baptist networking ability, they're going to look to go up to that. In Georgia, this is going to be a new state for us. We're going into the Atlanta-Athens region. Waldsar and Piedmont are going to be our big partners within Georgia. In Illinois, we have a co-branded product with Northwestern. Northwestern's the premier hospital system within the Chicago market. Again, it's kind of similar to the Baptist one, where it's not the low-cost plan market, but it's really for folks who are looking to get access to Northwestern. It's cheaper than the Blues PPO, and the Blues PPO is the only other option for folks in Illinois to get access to Northwestern. So that's another one that's kind of like a premier network in market. In Mississippi, we're going to be the price leader throughout the entire state. We're expecting to pick up some pretty big membership in Mississippi. Memorial and Singing River are going to be our big in-network partners within the Gulf Coast. In Missouri, we have BJC and WashU as our core partners in St. Louis. In North Carolina is actually our biggest market in terms of geographic footprint. We're in about 85% of the state, which is great. We have the relationship with Duke Wake Med in the Raleigh-Durham market, and we have very strong pricing in the rural areas going up against the Blues. So, I would say not just in North Carolina, but in a lot of markets, the rural areas have been underserved for a very long time. And we went into about 80, or let's see, I think last year we brought our county count to about 86 counties in North Carolina, and most of them are going to be in the rural market. That was, kind of a new thing for Cigna at the time, and we did really successful out there, and we're excited to continue to bring that product to folks in North Carolina. In PA, we're going to have the new expansion to those 5 counties in Philly. UPenn's our core partner, but we also have a lot of other partners within Philadelphia. Tennessee, we're the only carrier with Vanderbilt. We have the low-cost plan in the Tri-Cities, and then we're going to have that statewide network in all service areas. So people in Knoxville can go to Chattanooga can go to Nashville. People can travel throughout the state. And in Virginia, we have extremely strong brand loyalty in that market. It's one of the ones we've been in since the beginning of the ACA. Our partners are Inova in Northern Virginia as an anchor partner, and VCU down in Richmond. So that's kind of like my real quick elevator pitch on what do you need to remember in the states at a national level. And again, I urge you to go online and go to the instructional part of the broker portal if you're looking for granular information on a market by market level. Cigna Dental, I'll just touch on this real quick. Our dental product is great. It's in all 50 states. Very rarely do I hear objections on it. We have over 90,000 dentists in network, over 309,000 locations nationwide. Again, this is similar to the pharmacy experience in the sense that it's very easy for folks to find in-network dentists and locations throughout the country. There's no need to submit claims if you're using a participating dentist. There's no balance billing as long as you're going to an in-network provider. And there's no primary dentist selection required either. And it has all the same services through MyCigna or the MyCigna app as our medical product does. And then looking at the dental plans, it's very streamlined. There's 3 plans. We have a preventive plan, a 1,000 plan, which is referring to the deductible, and a $1,500 plan. The average premiums for each of these are $19 for the preventive, $33 for the 1,000, $39 for the 1,500. So again, very streamlined in the sense that we just have 3 plans. I very, very rarely hear anything negative about our dental product. It's most folks, I would say the far majority are very happy with the service they get with Cigna. And then this is just some of the contacts for you guys to keep in mind. I know I went quick here. I believe I only had 30 minutes to run through everything. But the broker portal is cignaforbrokers.com, very easy to remember. That's my email if you guys need anything. Very easy to get in contact with me through email. That's our agent licensing. I wouldn't worry about that. Your team takes care of that pretty seamlessly. Billing and enrollment number, drug list, providers, and payment links at the bottom there. And then our broker support team, who's there 8 to 8, Monday through Friday. So with that said, I don't know, Nick, if I have time to answer questions or
yeah, man, you did great, Nick. First thing I'll tell everybody watching right now, just because of time crunch and everything, screenshot this screen if you need it. There's a lot of good information Nick provided for you guys here. So screenshot this if you need this information. Yeah, Nick, you killed it, man. We do, I want to keep it close to on time, but we can definitely answer a few questions here. Do you see the Q&A chat or no?
Let me see. Yeah, yep, I see it right here. Okay, so
there's like 7, and if you could scroll through and see what are like applicable that you should really hit on in there, I would just touch on a few of those, and then we'll get United going.
Yep, I'll go through this real quick. So is it available? Are we available in Alabama? No, we are not. Hopefully in the future. I think there's only 2 carriers in that market right now. What can we talk about potential rate increases? That's very, again, market by market. I would say our rate increases are very nominal this year. So pretty small rate increases across the board. A couple states had bigger ones than other. I believe Missouri was one where we had a decent rate increase. Deductible waive means that they don't have to meet the deductible to get that copay benefit. So when the deductible is waived, that's when we say first dollar benefit. They have that option. Can you see when you pull up quotes? You can see your quotes that you put through the broker portal. They will be saved for you. Expanded networks in Kansas and Missouri. No, we are not this year. When I got appointed with Cigna, I thought I could only get appointed in 2 states plus a resident state. No, that's not the case. You can get appointed in any states that you do business. So just make sure you put that out there. The condition plans on the marketplace, they're not marked as special plans, but what you will be able to do is you can see them. So you'll see diabetes care plan, you'll see asthma COPD plan. So very easy to find. They're not going to be necessarily under like a special category or anything like that. Are they all HMOs? It depends on the state. I would say since we've been in the market since 2016, we filed in every state as HMO, but that doesn't mean we operate as an HMO. We actually operate as an EPO in all markets. So we don't require referrals or PCPs, dedicated PCPs in any market besides Illinois. Illinois, that's actually a DOI requirement. So they force us to do that.
Awesome. Guys, there was a lot of good questions. The chat was popping during the whole thing. So thanks on that, Nick. You did amazing, man. Thank you so much for taking time out to come speak to all of us. We really, really appreciate it, man. Guys, we're going to try to keep everything rolling for time purposes. So I know not every question is going to necessarily be answered. One thing I am going to call out for everybody, because I'm seeing this question repeating, and I did call it out at the very beginning, but some of you might not have been here in time. This is recorded. So the recording will be available to you guys at a later date. We'll make sure to get that out. So this is recorded. Other than that, if there's slides that you guys like, take a screenshot, guys. You're all on your computer. It's not that hard to take a screenshot. So make sure you're taking screenshots of slides you like, although a recording will be available for this. Awesome. Nick, again, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you. Guys, now we're going to jump right into United Healthcare. We have Jerry Wagner on with us. How you doing, Jerry?
Good. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
We hear you just fine, Jerry. The screen is yours to share. So if you click share screen and go, we should be able to roll right into your. Sorry for getting you 5 minutes behind schedule here, and we'll just see what we can do with time from there.
All good. All good. Let me see if I know what I'm doing here. So.
All right, we see your screen. It's just, we just need the slide running, the show running. Right now, we're just see the whole
Sounds
PowerPoint.
good. Do you see? Okay, let me do something here. Why isn't this? Here we go. Now you should just see one screen, right?
Beautiful. You're good to go.
Awesome. All right, gang. Thanks so much for the opportunity here to spend some time with you this morning. You know, our reentry into the individual space in terms of the ACA is a big step to bring affordable and reliable coverage to everyone. We can't do it, obviously, without the help of everybody on this particular Zoom call. So thankful that we partnered with you guys on this endeavor, and trust that we spent the last couple of years since we decided not to participate in ACA, thinking about the reentry. It's a very thoughtful, intentional return with humility, obviously. So we're going to approach 2022 with a very strategic approach. It's going to be different than the last time we did this, and a lot of excitement as we look forward to bringing more affordable coverage to more people via the partnership that we have with you guys. So with me today is a subject matter expert that I'm going to turn this over to in a little bit, and that's Joe Massey. Joe and I work together on the same account management team internally here at United Healthcare, and I'm going to make her do most of the work today. So what are we going to talk about? 4 bullet points we want to cover. More for you, 2022 markets and plan information, the broker support tools and resources that will be available to you. And then I'm going to come back after Joe's done with that. I want to talk about some cross-selling opportunities, because we would be remiss if we didn't focus on a couple of the other supplemental plans in addition to the main part of the show, and that is obviously our ACA. So more for you. What do we have in store by that? When I think about more for you, our distribution partners, I think about a few key elements here. More affordable choices, like I said before, in plan options for your clients. We're not going to go through all the different plan options this morning. We'd be here till tomorrow morning if we did that. We're going to give you a high-level overview of what we have to offer. It's going to be more opportunity to grow your business and more dedicated support for you and your clients at the same time. Obviously, more experience from a trusted partner. So one of the main things I want to talk about before I turn it over to Joe, that's on everybody's mind, obviously, is getting paid. So when it comes to providing you more, we're excited to announce that we are going to be paying competitive commissions on all of the 2022 plans. United was in some spotty markets last year, most of which did not pay commissions. We are paying commissions this year in all of these markets. The other thing is we are going to be paying commissions during the open enrollment period if that particular member effectuates by paying that first month premium. So what that means is no waiting until January 1 or later to receive that compensation. Again, they effectuate, you get paid immediately. That's a great, great example of what United is doing more for you. So that's the main thing that I wanted to cover. I am going to pass this over to my colleague, Joe Massey, and she is going to take you through 2022 markets and plan information.
Thank you, Jerry. Again, it's Joe Massey here at United Healthcare. I'm excited to be with you guys today and talk about our 2022 markets as well as plan information. So with that being said, advance the slide here. So in 2022, our footprint will grow from 26 markets across 11 states to 54 markets across 18 states, reaching 3 times the number of individual exchange consumers. The 7 new states are Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Michigan, and Texas. They represent a strategic opportunity based on current market dynamics and our ability to create competitive custom networks. In addition to entering new states, we are expanding our footprint in the existing states by entering 5 new markets and 62 new counties. And this states of 2022 footprint contain half of the individual exchange lives in the country and position us to continue expanding our footprint in the future. United Healthcare is excited to bring you our expanded and much more diverse suite of benefit plan designs and services for our consumers in 2022. The regulatory environment in the marketplace remains favorable, which presents a unique opportunity to expand our presence in the market and bring affordable products to consumers who have been receiving additional subsidies under the recent legislation. As you can see in what Jerry mentioned earlier, is in 2021, we had one basic plan, that's the value product, offered consistently across our markets. For 2022, we are expanding our portfolio to meet the needs of consumers and offering 4 distinct product types in all markets across a variety of the meta levels and price points. We are excited to announce that these products are supported by a variety of vendors, offering significantly expanded benefit extras and value adds within our product offering. These features will help differentiate our product in the market, and we feel they are truly here to embrace our focus on bringing consumers more. So products designed to optimize premium. We are investing in first dollar coverage on benefits that are attractive to consumers. PCP visits, virtual visits, as well as tier 1 prescriptions. Most products are gated HMO products to manage costs. Alabama, Louisiana, and North Carolina products are not gated, and this is to compete against the dominant PPOs. Investing in primary care. Products designed to encourage utilization of primary care. We are offering products with 3 free in-person PCP visits offered in all 2022 markets. 6 free virtual visits in all markets, offering, again, 6 free virtual visits, 3 PCP, 3 urgent care through partnership with Amwell. Virtual primary care, which is a new service for 2022, and virtual urgent care on all plans. Don't have an established PCP relationship? No problem. Can't get an appointment with your PCP soon enough? No problem. All consumers on all plans have the convenience of seeing a high quality primary care physician from the comfort of their homes. Virtual first primary care plans. This is a new digitally focused product in partnership with Galileo in 5 states. Illinois, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Virginia. Virtual first plans provide access to unlimited, comprehensive, zero-cost virtual primary care 24/7 with integrated coaching. These are unique plans, affordably priced, that minimize member cost share. Low-cost $3 preferred generics. We all know that consumers are challenged with the increasing costs of prescription drugs. We are pleased to share that we are partnering with Walgreens to offer low-cost preferred generics if purchased through Walgreens. When I say low cost, I mean low cost. We're talking about $3 on the base plans and $1 on the cost share reduction plans. This benefit is available in all of our markets. And then lastly, the adult dental and vision. In 2022, we are including embedded adult dental and vision benefits in at least one plan in all markets. Here's the 4 plan types. So we have created 4 different plan types. We're going to look at our Essential Plus plans. They are aimed at providing the lowest premium to consumers. They have the higher out-of-pocket maximums so that we can get to a 0 premium after subsidies. These plans will still have the free virtual care visits and a 1-year complimentary Peloton membership, as with our entire portfolio. Essential Plus plans are available at the bronze level. Value Plus plans. This is your go-to option for many consumers. These deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums will be similar to what you are most familiar with in the marketplace. They're available in bronze, silver, and gold levels. These plans are the bedrock of our product offering and will provide incredible value. The virtual first plans are being launched in the 5 states. Again, what I mentioned earlier with Galileo: Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Texas, and Virginia. These plans offer that low-cost premium, convenience, and simplicity for your consumer to access care, available 24/7 at a 0 cost share for unlimited number of visits, available in the bronze and silver levels. Virtual First provides real-time access to both urgent care and PCP via integrated medical visits, all at the palm of your hand. Our Advantage Plus plans, featured in the gold and silver level, offer the richest plan features, including the lower deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums and most attractive copays. These plans also offer the adult dental and vision coverage at no additional cost. As a reminder, these plans do have that free virtual care visit and a 1-year complimentary Peloton membership, as with our entire portfolio. Lastly, something I want to focus on is a ability for your consumers to receive a $25 gift card simply for visiting their primary care physician. They can choose from retailers like Walgreens, Walmart, and Amazon, and choose that gift card via mail or online. Redeeming the gift card is as easy as just going to visit their PCP to earn it. The United Healthcare 2022 product offerings are a clear differentiator. Customers will receive more from us to help meet their healthcare needs in 2022. So as Jerry mentioned earlier, if we went into every specific state, all 18 states that we're going to be in, they would probably be beyond 4 hours of training. But what I wanted to do is all of the SBCs will be available for you in your broker portal, which will be Jarvis. So I would reference you to go there. Also, window shopping will start in a couple weeks, so that will help you too. But just to give you an idea, I want to just focus on a large state for us, and that is Florida. As you can see here, on the far left-hand side, you will see the markets that we're going to be in, the Fort Lauderdale all the way down to the Orlando, Miami, West Palm Beach. So that's the left-hand side of your screen. The center column is the counties in which we will be participating in. And then the far right-hand column is the bigger hospital or network groups. For example, as you can see, the Miami network, we're going to be in the Miami-Dade County, and you'll see then it looks like 10 big health systems that you'll see. The next slide really will focus in on that network that we're talking about. So again, keeping in mind this is looking at Florida only, you'll see in the top box on the right-hand side, the fourth bullet there is the network name. It is the Individual Exchange Benefit Plan, and then the Individual Exchange Benefit Plan Virtual First. Sorry about that. It is an HMO network that does have a gatekeeper. We do assign the gatekeeper at time of enrollment. Post-enrollment, though, the client has the ability to call in or online, make that modification. As you can see, most of our states won't cross-border coverage, but as you can see at the very bottom on that top box, this Florida network does work in Florida and Alabama, and then just with any HMO network. Outside of the network, it does work nationally, but only for emergency situations. As we kind of touched on that network situation, provider search will be on uhcexchange.com. Again, uhcexchange.com. Next, on this section, I just want to talk about the tools and resources that are available for you in order to support you during the open enrollment season. First, let's dig into Jarvis. This is your agent portal for the ACA plans. You might be familiar with it if you've worked with us on the Medicare side, because this is the portal that we use for Medicare. So again, uhcjarvis.com. If this is the first time you've used this site, this is what it'll look like. You will use your One Healthcare ID to log in. So if you're utilizing United Health One's uhone.com/broker, use that login here. If you're new to the One Healthcare ID, you would want to go ahead and create that. If you are having any troubles in creating a One Healthcare ID or getting back in with a One Healthcare ID, I would strongly recommend that you reach out to the producer help desk. So once in the Jarvis homepage, you'll have access to all the tools as well as timely and relevant communications. Again, if you are working with us on the Medicare side, there is a very easy way to toggle between ACA and Medicare, and that is the very top part of the page can move you from the Medicare portal over to the ACA portal and back and forth. On the top right-hand corner is your name. If you click on that name, this is going to get you to all of your account information, where you'll be able to modify any of your personal information as well as verify your states that you're licensed and appointed in, and you can also verify your upline. Toolkit. So this toolkit is available within Jarvis. It's clicking on the Sales and Marketing Tools tab, and it'll bring you to many of the marketing tools that you have available to support your business. This is a primary resource for you. All of the materials you'll find in the toolkit are approved specifically for you to use to promote our individual and family plans. Items can be ordered as a hard copy that can be shipped to you, or you can have them downloaded so that you can use them right away. Many of the items are customizable, so you can add your personal touch and business information. Now, the Knowledge Center is also available within Jarvis. The Knowledge Center will provide helpful guides and information available to ensure that you have the best possible experience as an agent. You will find a step-by-step guide for our quote and enroll tool, how commissions are paid, and many other resources. But one thing that I want to share with you that'll be extremely helpful for you in just getting started and helping you along the way is our producer help desk. PhD Producer Help Desk is a dedicated team committed to ensuring that you have all the support you need. You can reach them multiple different ways, as you can see. Chat through the portal Jarvis, via email, or you can call them directly. They will be able to help you with many different topics, such as contracting, Jarvis, and your sales support. So in closing on this portion, we've covered a lot of information. So I just want to kind of remember a few things. And the first one would be, if you have not already gotten contracted with us for the ACA products, it is a separate contract from Medicare. It is a separate contract from United Health One. I would highly encourage you to reach out to your FMO partner so you can initiate that contracting process. Jarvis is your agent portal, and it is your go-to resource for the sales materials, communication, and much more. And then the Pay Now functionality at the end of the enrollment process ensures members effectuate. And then the Producer Help Desk is always here to help you. So their contact information is on the screen, and you'll find it through many of our communications here at United Healthcare. So I want to take a quick moment to talk about a quote and enroll tool, and that is through Quoted. It is a great one-stop shop for not only your ACA sales, but also to help round out consumer coverage via ancillary or supplement plans. Quoted provides a client-driven shopping experience. They have the compare and enroll. Again, you can add ancillary or supplemental plans. It has a streamlined enrollment process, and then it also has that end-to-end CRM system. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and kick it back to Jerry to close us out for today.
Thanks, Bobby Joe. Obviously, a ton of information, out there for you, and please utilize us as well. I know Bobby Joe showed you some network information specifically to the state of Florida. We have those maps, if you will, that we can get out to you too on other states. But again, if we went through those, that would have gotten into quite a presentation. But we have more resources for you as well. The one thing that I want to do here is kind of accentuate the point of the cross-sell with the opportunity you have with United Health One, right, alongside of that ACA. And again, what Bobby Joe said, these are two different appointments. And if you have not appointed with your FMO partner yet, please do so, as we're getting well into our way here of October and nearing that November target date. But this brings up an opportunity for the supplemental products that United Health One saw a dramatic increase in year over year in 2021 because of the extended open enrollment. So what we were finding is brokers that were engaged in that ACA space were taking the opportunity to not only establish the core medical product, which was the ACA, but also to establish different supplemental options to cover potential out-of-pocket costs, because it can be great if you establish a zero premium plan, but it cannot be so great if you're staring at high copays. Obviously, depending upon carrier, inpatient hospital, perhaps $1,500 a day with a copay. How is that particular consumer going to deal with that? And because of the subsidies, it frees up more disposable income for those supplemental products. So it's imperative that when you're having those meetings with clients, you address that too with those supplemental products. You're going to put together more of a comprehensive benefit style package. So Bobby Joe and I have the luxury of working for United. So every year we go through open enrollment and we establish our benefits, and we do have the benefits of dental and vision, critical illness coverages, life insurance, products like that. The individual consumer doesn't always necessarily have that. So, you can put yourself in a position to be a consultant, right, instead of just an order taker, and put together a more comprehensive corporate benefit style package for your clients. You're going to protect them better from a financial perspective, minimizing the attrition. So I always use the example, I've got 2 vehicles, my home, an umbrella policy, and life insurance with the same person, the same agent. I look at those premiums every year, but the likelihood of me moving away from that, unless there's a dramatic reason to do that, I have no reason to, right? If somebody just has an ACA product with you, that's transactional, and you stand a risk of losing that particular client, the next time around. And let's not forget, obviously, the more you sell, the more you're going to get paid as well. In this section, I always like to use this stat from Kaiser, and that stat is 75%. So in a survey that they did, 75% of the respondents said they would hold back seeking care because they couldn't afford the cost share with copays, deductibles, or coinsurance. And, we're talking about those individual or family limits or those out-of-pocket maximums with $0 copay plans. So again, it opens up the door for a lot of these other products that we have to offer on the UH1 side. I am not reading through all this. You guys, I think, are familiar with UH1. You got the plan grids. You know where all these products are. We can absolutely do a deeper dive on any of this if you so choose, moving up to OEP, just to give some more visibility to what we have. But there are full suites of accident products, some of which actually come along with critical illness. They come along with hospital admission. They come along with accidental death and dismemberment. And recently, we've even upped some of those benefit amounts that went guarantee issue. So there's no underwriting. So you can almost match some out-of-pockets on the core medical ACA plans with some of these guarantee issue products. We have a lesser premium accident safeguard series. Very, very friendly on the budget in terms of per member per month cost. There are hospital safeguard indemnities that is going to cover that patient insured and patient, obviously, if they're going in the hospital, for those big ticket items, the per day cost going into an inpatient hospital stay. Additionally, we've got critical illness benefits to be able to sell standalone. Then you enter into the let's say the non-medical type coverage, right? The dental and vision, which should be a conversation with every prospective client, as well as establishing that core medical. Are they coming off a group plan? Do they go to the dentist? There's easy ways to facilitate those conversations, and those dental and vision plans that United has are very strong. In fact, it's our top selling supplemental plan that we actually offer. And then you get into the life insurance, right? And those types of things. And obviously a lot of these plans that Bobby Joe talked about on the UHC side is going to come with those virtual visits, right? Because, in March of 2020, when we entered into the pandemic, I think it changed a lot, probably forever, how people will be treated for, minor things, cold, allergies, bug bites, things like that. There's really no reason to drive to a brick and mortar facility to try to establish an appointment when you can do so virtually through the comfort of your own home. But no, we do have those standalone products as well, if you are engaged in a situation where the virtual is not part of the core medical package. And that's our Healthiest You by Teladoc, and the newest one, 3 different particular levels on our new benefits. So with that, ton of information there, realize that, but we wanted to cover some of the high notes, if you will, on the ACA and what we have to offer. We want to say again how excited we are to be back in that game and to be partnering with you guys in our quest to hit some membership numbers at United. So with that, on behalf of Bobby, Joe, and myself, I'm going to kick it back to you, Nick. I don't know if there's questions, if you want to maybe facilitate a couple with us or how you want to handle that, but that is the presentation.
Yeah, definitely. Jerry, Bobby, Joe, you guys did great. I'm pumped just for the dental vision on the ACA plan there on your health plan. That should be fun. So I'm definitely excited to look into that. I see a lot of stuff that our agents are going to utilize here. There were a couple questions that came in, Jerry, so I'll throw a couple at you that I liked here. I'm going to stay away from the state-specific questions and everything. One question that came in through Eric, he said, what is the difference between Jarvis, shop.uhcexchange.com, and then also UH1? Is there a difference between those three entities? Are they all the same? Can you get everything done from them the same?
So the Jarvis is going to be everything related to ACA. Okay. UH1 is going to be everything related to those supplemental products that we had at the end of the presentation. Two different avenues there.
Awesome. Awesome. Are you guys expanding your phone hours during open enrollment?
Bobby Joe, what are our phone hours? OEP? 7 to 7. Let's write that down as a takeaway and we can get back to Nick on that. That's a great question. I don't know, because obviously it's going to differ perhaps on that ACA side, where I think they're even going to be more broad than what we are on the UH1 side, but we can verify that for you.
Awesome. Awesome. And the last question, this one you don't need to necessarily answer, but somebody's asking for all the maps of the different states and stuff. I'm sure that information's on your guys' carrier website, right?
It is. It definitely is. And if you guys run into hiccups trying to access that information, just give us a shout out. We can help you out with it.
Awesome. Jerry, Bobby, Joe, you guys were great. Thank you so much for taking time out this morning to pour into us a little bit. We're so excited to have you guys back.
For sure, man. We are too. Thanks so much for the opportunity to spend some time with you today.
Of course. Of course. Thank you, guys. All right. So now, guys, we're going to keep moving right along here. Our next presenter up on the list here is Miss Terry Rouland. She's with Bright Health. How are you, Terry?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you guys?
Doing great. Doing great. We're so excited to have you here.
Sure.
The screen is yours to share. So whenever you click share screen and you go, it's all you.
Fantastic. Can you see it?
Beautiful. We see it. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, let's just rock and roll here a little bit. We're going to talk about all kinds of good stuff. I don't know if you all have heard of Bright before, but we're a fairly new company compared to a lot of the other carriers. We've only been around, we're going into our 6th year, but it's important that you know how we grew and who we are, because it's pretty phenomenal. We started out in 2016 just as a thought. And the first place we launched was in Colorado in 2017. And if you follow this timeline, you see we started out with 80 employees, 1 state, and we got about 10,000 members. And then we doubled in size in 18, and we doubled in size in 19. And we plan to double in size again, and we more than doubled in size. And then last year we planned to triple in size. We actually quadrupled. So our company was founded by the prior CEO of United Healthcare, but we were also very technical and techie. So we've got a lot of really high-tech stuff that we've got going on that's pretty fantastic. So this year, we're going to be expanding again. We will be in over 131 markets across the nation. So we have about 600,000 members today. I don't know what that number is going to be in the future, but I can tell you where we're going, and we'll see how things work. So this is where we're going to be. It's going to be 17 states. The only one that does not have individual and family plans is the New York location. So all of the other states do have IFP plans. I do also want to just point out this New Mexico says True Health. That is an acquisition that we made, and they're running the IFP through True Health in New Mexico. We approach things a little bit differently. The way we work with our plans is we are HMO. We actually go in with a care partner and in a local area, and we work with them, and they help us design the plan so that we can keep the rates down, we can pay the brokers, and they're still able to manage the care for the patients. So this is what we're going to look like today with over 550,000 members. This is what we're going to look like tomorrow. So we're adding California, Georgia, Texas, Utah, and Virginia. We're also expanding into several counties: Alabama, Colorado, Florida, Nebraska, the Carolinas, and Tennessee. And in the bottom right-hand corner here, you see a little QR code. If you have a phone, I'm going to give you a minute, pop out your phone and take a picture of that, and it will give you our national footprint maps. All right. 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Okay, if you didn't get it, we can circle back to you, or we'll get it over to you via PDF if you're not, if you don't want to do that. I'm going to kind of go through our states and let you know what we're doing. In Alabama, we're expanding expanding, we're adding Blount and St. Clair counties. In Arizona, we're not expanding, but we do have the two biggest counties in the state from a population perspective, Maricopa and Pima. So a lot of the folks that are on the East Coast are like, 2 counties, that's not very much. Well, in Arizona, our 2 counties Maricopa County has 23 cities. So it's kind of interesting when you go from state to state. So like in Texas, where I'm at today, big giant state, one city has 23 counties in it, but in Arizona, 23 cities fit inside this one county. So these are the 2 largest populated counties in the state. We are expanding into California. I actually got really excited. I was like, oh, California, that's a big one. Well, I was so excited. And then I looked at this map and I went, what? And, and I actually went back to the product team and I said, hey, why are we only going into this one teeny weeny little county that I've never heard of? And they said, well, California is very particular and they only have allowed 1 carrier to come into the state in the last 3 years, and that's us. And they're giving us a test run. So we get this little tiny county, and if we do well, which I'm sure we will, then maybe in the future they'll let us expand into some additional counties. We are also expanding in Colorado. Colorado is one of 2, California and Colorado are the 2 states that have state exchanges. Everything else is going to be on the federal marketplace. Florida, we're expanding pretty significantly actually here along the Gulf Coast as well as the Eastern Coast. So you can see we're working our way to get that Florida map filled in as best we can. We are launching brand new in Georgia in 2 different markets, Cherokee, Forsyth, and Gwinnett in the upper north central area, and then Effingham, Bryan, and Chatham down in the southeast. Illinois is another market that we've been in. We are not expanding, but I would tell you pay particularly close attention to DuPage County. That we believe will be a very good county for us for 2022. If I have any corn huskers on the call, you'll notice that we have you covered. The entire state of Nebraska is filled in with orange. That's our bright color. So we do have plans available across the entire state. North Carolina, which is our 2nd largest area for new members. Sorry, I'm getting my group and my individual mixed up here. New membership last year. We are expanding again in North Carolina. Last year, we expanded to 33 counties and we're adding several more this year. And pretty soon we'll have this one filled in, I guess, too. We are in Oklahoma as well, near the Oklahoma City area. We are not expanding in Oklahoma. We feel like we still have quite a bit of business that we can get from this particular market. And this is near the Oklahoma City area. We do use the Integris system as our care partner there. It's one of the premier systems in the US. So you get great care for your members. We're also expanding in South Carolina. So South Carolina, we think is going to be a really good market for us in 2022. And as we move forward, we'll give you a little bit more information about that. Tennessee is one of the first, I guess it was this wave 2. Tennessee was wave 2 of our expansion efforts. And you can see here that we are filling in the state of Tennessee also. We've done very well there and we're going to continue to work in the Tennessee market. This is exciting for me, Texas. 2 things that I always said I would never do. I would never get married again and I would never live in Texas. And guess what? I'm doing both. So that's pretty exciting for me. We're going to have the 3 biggest metro areas. We'll have Dallas, Austin, and Houston. And we expect to be highly competitive in these areas as well. We're also expanding into the state of Utah. And you'll see the north and down kind of through the center. It kind of looks like a leg and a foot. And that's where we'll be in Utah. Virginia, we're going straight down the middle. So we start at the top, middle, and we go all the way down, and we are adding these counties for Virginia. Do you have any questions on the states that we've talked about so far?
There was one question that was triggered, but it's not specifically on the states, Terry, but a question came up when you mentioned about True Health and Bright Health. Does an appointment with Bright Health work for True Health, or do you need a separate appointment?
Everything is going to be working completely separately for right now.
Okay.
At some point, we may merge everything together, but we're not quite there yet. We just purchased True Health at the beginning of summer, so we're kind of bringing everything together.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I did not bring through plan grids because, you know, you're going to get all of that, but I do want to show you some of the things that we really tried to do across all of our plans. So now, obviously, every single market is not going to be identical. However, these are some of the things that we really try to focus on for 2022. We tried to get in a 0 primary care plans. We tried to get plans with a 0 specialist copay, a $50 or less urgent care, generic drugs with a $0 copay. We have a rewards program that I'll talk to you about here in just a minute. It's phenomenal. We've got plans with 0 mental health benefit copay, convenience care clinics, so like Little Clinic, Minute Clinic, and a Take Care Clinic, and $0 telehealth. On top of that, all of our plans have child, dental, and vision embedded in them. And we've also taken advantage of our provider who helps us with our dental, and we've added adult vision and dental into some of the plans that we have. We also are really looking at how do we help people manage their conditions. Things like diabetes, asthma, high blood pressure, depression, pregnancy, and lower back pain and heart disease. These are things that are very expensive for your client as well as the carrier. So what we want to do is step in and walk alongside them with the provider and with the patient to help them manage these conditions so that they end up paying less and we end up paying less, and that keeps the rates down for everybody. Quick picture for you of the open enrollment periods, and I just updated this. It looks like I forgot a paren there, but open enrollment extended to 115, and after that it's special elections or special enrollment only. So we do pay commissions based on up to 5 people, a husband, a wife, and up to 3 children. Buy 3, get the rest for free. This is for 2021. We have not gotten our 2022 commission schedules yet, but that will be coming sometime soon. After the special election period, or after the open enrollment period's over, we do pay commissions on special election period enrollments as well. And then you also have here your Colorado. So now we're really pretty matching up. I think someone has said California is always running late. And so now we will be doing that as well with the FFM states. All right, so supplemental benefits, this is a little bit confusing. I think this is a little bit confusing because when I think supplemental benefits, I think about like the United Healthcare benefits that we were talking about. These are actually just things that are covered in our plans in addition to the medical. So they're not really something that you purchase separately. They are included. So they're just, you have your medical as your basic, and then these things are also included. So the vision benefits that we have, there's over 34,000 providers, locations, and 131 providers. And the member is able to select whatever they want. Again, all of the dental and the vision for kids is covered on all of our plans, but the ones that have adult will be able to pick and choose. So several have the adult vision and dental, and a lot of them do not. So they can kind of pick which one they want. We do have something for telehealth, doctor on demand. So actually when the pandemic hit, one of the things that we really learned was we have to be a little bit more accessible and not in person. So we actually opened up telehealth benefits. So if your provider will treat you via phone or virtually through computer or whatever, that would be covered. But if you don't have a doctor that has access to providing telehealth, or you can't get a hold of your doctor, we've actually partnered up with Doctors on Demand, and they can take care of all of the kinds of things that your primary care would do. So like mental health benefits, pink eye, rashes, that kind of thing. And Doctors on Demand is going to go through the entire nation except for Austin. And in Austin, we actually are going to use a vendor called EMD. And then we are getting ready to launch a health savings account, no cost to the member, where they can use their HSA debit card to pay for qualified expenses and things like that. Down in Florida, so that was everybody but Florida. Down in Florida, we're actually using a different provider for our dental benefits. And it's actually the super plans is what they're called. And they will be available in both Florida and Texas. So we have our standard plans that do not require primary care selection, and there's no referrals. And then we have our super plans, which will be in Florida and Texas. And those plans will require a primary care selection, but the benefit will be a lower premium. In a lot of cases, you'll have adult dental included as well. And the rest of this information is the same as the previous slide. We do have a rewards program. This is actually fantastic. So our rewards program allows for members today in 2021 to earn up to $500 in cash rewards. Super easy. They go in, they sign up for their account, they complete their health survey, and they pick a primary care doctor. Not required except if they're on the super plan, and we will give them $200 immediately. Then they have an opportunity to earn an additional $300 on top of that. So they can earn up to $500 in total rewards if they sign up with us and do the actions that are asked of them. So this is going to be a Visa debit card that they'll get, and they can use it for whatever they want. So they can go to Walgreens, they can do Uber Eats, Dunkin' Donuts, who doesn't like a good donut once in a while, Amazon, Dollar Store, Target, wherever they want to spend the money, they're able to do that. And that's for any member that's 18 years and older. Convenience and urgent care clinics, these are fantastic ways for members to save some money. So, you know, my primary care doctor has closed for the day, but I can run down to the little clinic or the minute clinic inside CVS or Walgreens, and I can get whatever I need done that a primary care doctor would normally take care of for me. This saves me from going to the urgent care where it's a $50 copay. However, urgent care is great if you have things like minor fractures, headaches, fevers, those kinds of things, or stitches. So if you go to an urgent care, in most cases, it'll be that $50 or less copay, versus if you go to the hospital, you're going to end up hitting your deductible and coinsurance. Someone asked me about, do the dollars expire? I believe they do. I don't know exactly how long they are good for, but I can take that as a question to go back on to find out. I'm just going to jot that down. Perfect. Okie dokie. All right. So we have a national pharmacy, you know, not unlike the other carriers that have come before me here. We work with a national pharmacy. We have over 67,000 providers across the nation, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, big ones, plus a lot of independent pharmacies across the nation. This is good because even if you're traveling outside of your service area and you forgot to refill your prescription, you could just run to the pharmacy and fill it wherever you are, pretty much. The other thing is, if you do find yourself hurt or sick and you end up in an urgent care situation or an emergency situation, you are able to then get your prescription filled in network across the nation. Okay, so we have a question: is the reward per person or per application? It's for every member that's 18 and older. So if you have a husband and wife and one child that's 19 and two that are under 18, then it would only be for the one child that's over 18 and the husband and the wife. Anything for alternative health like chiropractic. Chiropractic actually is an essential benefit, so that is covered. You have to look at the summary of benefits to determine how it's covered. Rewards for all market. Yes, the rewards program is the same for all markets. All right, I'm going to pause here for just 1 minute and ask if anyone has any questions so far about what we've talked about or anything that we have not. Are care partners the same with Medicare Advantage? No, they are not. So specifically in Arizona, providers are contracted separately. So to give you a good example of that is Phoenix Children's Hospital is covered on the IFP plans, but not on the Medicare Advantage. Question for specific counties: individual requires care outside of the county that they live in. So urgent and emergency is always covered, same as in network. but they need to stay in their service area for their regular treatment, well visits, etc. Could you show the 2 and the 300 again? I did not see the numbers on the slide. So the numbers are not on the slide. However, we do have a flyer that you can customize as a broker, put your information on. And when you sign up a member, you can call them back and say, hey, or email them, hey, here's your flyer. Don't forget, go sign up for your rewards and get your $200. So we have a PDF that you can use and customize too. Could you, I'm not sure why you wouldn't be in Tulsa or Payne. You know, what happens is we go into an area typically, and it depends on a lot of factors. So we're asking about why are we not in Tulsa or Payne County? So A, we have to have people to sign up. B, we have to have a care partner that wants to work with us. And then C, we need brokers that are going to be able to sell the product. So if we don't have all 3 of those things, and we're not going to be competitive, we typically will not go into an area. So I'm not sure why we would not have gone into Tulsa or Payne County, but my feeling is probably one of those 4 things we're missing in the equation, and that's why we haven't gone there. All right, it looks like we have a question in the Q&A. How can you find special needs plans? I think you're talking about Medicare, and we're talking about ACA only.
Correct. Yeah, definitely seen a few questions blurring those lines. But yeah, we're going to keep this training focused on ACA. He's following up about diabetes.
About diabetes. Could you, let's see here. What does it say? Diabetes? What was the question? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
So it's a follow-up to the special needs plans, and now he's just saying diabetes. So how can you find special needs plans for diabetes? Is that, but again, are we talking, it sounds like we're talking Medicare here. When you help people with special needs, how can you find a plan? Their ACA plans are guaranteed issue, Michael. So I'm not sure if that's where the confusion's coming in, or I guess we're not understanding the question fully.
So I can tell you that our plans do cover diabetes, and we actually, what will happen when you have a member who has that, we do have professionals that work internally that will assist with managing their diabetes, whether it be diet or what have you.
And I think the let him know ACA plans are cover all pre-existing. I think that answered his question because he said he's good now. So cool.
Perfect. So there's another question. Do I see care provider model as a future of healthcare model? I don't know. I think that for me, you know, I've been around doing this for a really long time. When I first started, deductibles were $150, and then everything was covered at 80/20. Premiums were $33 per person, and we had a $5 and a $3 copay for office, or $3 and $5 for pharmacy, $5 and $10 for doctors. I think that typically people didn't go to the doctor unless they had to, and then once it became such an inexpensive thing for people to go, they went to the doctor a lot more often, and not only to the doctor, but to specialists. I think most people have a primary care doctor, and that primary care doctor will help you keep your costs low if you've got a good one. So I don't know what the other carriers will do as far as how they structure their plans, but I can tell you this has worked really well for us, and we continue to work at it and grow and try to be better. And so for us, it will be the future. All right. So for those of you who have been familiar with our company, you'll know that we've had kind of a lot of identity changes. So we started out with puppets that whistled, which I didn't really care for, but then they kind of grew on me. And then we decided we didn't really like that. So we went with more of a CGI kind of a deal in 2020. And now we're all grown up and we have real people for our people that are going to be representing us on the screen and billboards and that kind of thing. It looks like $33 a month, $99 for a family. So that was a funny thing someone's put in there. Are there limits to the number of visits for telemed? No, there's no limits. All right, so I really like this family here, the dad and the lady and the little girl. That's my favorite commercial. I got to see it. I wish I had that one because it makes me laugh really hard. You're going to see a lot of advertising, especially in the new market. So I'll give you a taste of what you're going to be able to see with us.
At Bright Healthcare, we know that feeling confident about your health starts with getting regular care from your doctor. So we design our health insurance never to stand in your way. Bright Healthcare. When you're with us, things are always looking up.
So pretty spiffy, yeah? I don't know many carriers that have advertising that look like that. So it makes me smile, especially the skeleton. He's cracks me up every time. We do have a broker service unit, just like most of the other folks. We are open 8 to 6 Central Standard Time. During open enrollment, we do typically extend our hours, and we also typically are open on Saturdays, sprinkled throughout the open enrollment period. It just kind of depends on call volumes and things like that. As this happens, we will let you know if the broker service center is open. The other thing that is not up here, but I do want to spend a moment talking about, is our broker portal. Our broker portal is a great way for you to be able to manage your entire book of business. You can pull down your book of business report, you can print an ID card for your client, and you can take a payment. So important that you take a payment, because if they pay us, we pay you. So very, very good stuff. We can take either an EFT draft, so like a check, or credit card payments. And the credit card payment will work everywhere except Colorado. We just don't have the ability to do credit cards in Colorado. All right. Okay, here's another QR code for you to show you our tech stuff. So today we touched briefly on who Bright is and what we have available for you, but we actually have several events that are happening every single day. So we have got some social events, Meet Bright, where you can just go and meet your local people. One of the things that makes us very unique is that we have, in almost every single market, real live feet on the street people that you can talk to and that will help you. So the Meet Bright events gives you a chance to meet them in person. The sneak peeks have already happened, and now we're in rollout mode. So every single market that we have has a product rollout available on the calendar. So you can log in and you can get the soup to nuts training, everything you ever wanted to know about any of the states that we're in. We also have something called Coffee and Conversations. This is a great way, especially if you're new and a little shy, that you'll be able to meet up with your broker manager, either virtually or in person, and you're able to ask questions in a little bit less intimidating setting. So those are kind of fun. And then we also have just kind of general trainings for you, things like how to use the systems, IFP 101. And then I am going to be launching a national presentation, probably the second week in August or October, that you can log into and learn a little bit more about each of the areas that we're in. Haha, somebody says, what's the portal website? It's brighthealthcare.com. Bright Health Plan /broker is what someone answered, and that does work also. And the QR code actually worked. LOL, haha, yay, I'm glad. I did it, I tested it out myself. So this is for the events calendar. We also had the other QR code for the national map. Does anybody have any questions for me?
This is exciting stuff, Terry. This is really cool. I love the QR codes built in. Those are a fun little one too. Similarly to United, I'm excited for your guys' dental vision on the adult plans as well. I've seen a lot of plans going that way, so that's exciting stuff. I'm not. Oh, here we go. QA. Let's see. We got a question in here.
Yeah. So the question was, when will the new states show up on Health Sherpa? So you do need to go in there and update your carrier settings to show the states and the carriers that you want to see in your Health Sherpa. Once the FFM goes live, then Health Sherpa automatically goes live. And then someone is asking for the maps, for me to show the QR code for the map again. So let me get that for you guys. There we go. QR code for the maps. You can also access our service area map as well as the training schedules through our website. And question, I think we answered all of the questions. Any other questions for you guys?
This all looks great. Oh, re-enrollment period slide. It shows Colorado, but is that basic for the rest of the country?
Re-enrollment. That's Colorado only. They have their own. Colorado marches to the beat of their own drum. So they have a state exchange and they kind of do things differently than the federal marketplace.
Great questions. And Terry, thank you so much for taking time out and coming in and giving us all this. This was a great presentation. So thank you so much for that. We're so excited to be partnered with you guys here, and can't wait for open enrollment with you guys. So thank you so much for coming on with us here.
Awesome. My pleasure. Well, you guys have a wonderful week too.
Thank you. Take care.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Well, now we get to move on to our next care. We are now going to bring in Molina Healthcare. We have Miss Amy DeMarco with us. How are you, Amy?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much. So it's all yours. You should be able to just click share screen and jump right into it, but it's all yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let me get into presentation mode here. You guys able to see my screen?
We see this. There you go. Beautiful. We see everything perfect.
Perfect. Fantastic. All right, well, we'll jump into it. Thank you guys. Look, you're on schedule. I love it. This almost never happens to start on time with everyone. So lovely to be here with you guys, going over everything we have to offer for 2022 open enrollment. My name is Amy DeMarco. I'm our Director of Sales for our Western region. I'll have a slide for all of our local area reps, so you guys have contacts in each of our states as we move through this. If you've seen one of our presentations before, please tune out for 5 seconds, but just want to give a little background on who Molina is. We were started by an emergency room physician back in 1980, where he saw a need for community-based care in Long Beach, California. Here are where our headquarters are nationally. And it really, just grew from there. He wanted to treat every member like family. And, we're moving into 14 marketplace states this year, even more states for our Medicaid and Medicare lines of business. We are going through some M&As and expansions right now. So stay tuned, excited to see, where we're going in future years, but I do have some expansion territories and states for you guys for 2022. Looking at 3.5 million members. I think we're closer, a little above that now, closer to 4 million with this crazy SEP we've had, never ending open enrollment. And again, our goal is to treat every member like family. A little bit more about us. Oh yeah, we're over 4 million. What am I saying? I gotta update that last slide. Closer to 4.5 now. Fortune 500 company, been around for going over 42 years almost. And really, just wanting to be the best provider we can for folks on government-sponsored programs. So that's our ACA line of business, Medicare, and our Medicaid folks. Also, why you're not going to see us in the group market or really off-exchange IFP. We really do try and push everyone in our IFP plans to our on-exchange options. The national footprint for 2022. So you see we've been in 11 of our states here for 21, moving into Kentucky, Idaho, and Illinois for 2022, as well as some expansion counties in 4 of our other states. So moving from 284 counties to 343. So what, 20-something% increase there. So excited to have some new markets for you guys to sell Molina in. Moving on, so I have all the maps. I will go through these pretty quickly. If you guys, want this, I'm happy to get you guys the deck afterwards. So Southern California, all counties down there, Florida, same footprint. We will be offering a new tiered network option down in Miami, Dade, and Broward. So stay tuned. I'll go over that in a minute. Idaho, one of our new entrants. So my only new state on the west side. We have 2 on the east side, but we're in kind of the most populous areas here. Oh, I need the county names on this. Sorry. But we're looking at Ada and Canyon on the southwest, Bonner, Bingham, and Bannock. I think I'm getting these all right without the names. Then Kootenai, and then one more that I'm blanking on right now. This is testing me, but yeah, excited for our Idaho footprint. Going to be looking, we have, window shopping for Idaho already. It's a state-based exchange, and we're looking very competitive in all of our silver plans. And then Illinois, FFM, of course. So we're going to be in the Chicago metro area, 4 counties there. Moving to Kentucky, 3 counties. Again, looks small, but it is, the Louisville area here. So really trying to focus on, the most populated areas. And then, we kind of expand from there, dipping our toe into the water there. And Michigan, a few expansion counties here over on the west side. And Mississippi, we're already in all states, all counties for 2021. So no expansion possible there. And New Mexico, same thing. They do require that we're on all counties. So we've been in all counties since day one. New Mexico is getting a little interesting this year. It looks like all of the gold plans are going to be cheaper than the silver plans, and they're moving to a state-based exchange. So New Mexico is trying to keep it exciting this year. Stay tuned for more updates to come there. Ohio doing some big moves here to expand to really into all of our Medicaid footprint out there. So a lot of new counties to offer in Ohio. South Carolina, similar. We just have that one corner we're not in, but everything else looking good. New opportunities there. Texas, we did some big expansions last year, so no expansions this year. But again, we're in. I don't know why this one doesn't have counties either. It's all mine. The DFW area, Houston, Bear, El Paso, and then down in the Rio Grande Valley there on the border. All right, and then Utah, no expansion here either. And I promise when I get this out to you guys, we'll have county names in all of our states. And then Washington, 4 counties here, adding there on the south side, Lewis, Cowlitz, Benton, and Franklin. And last but not least, Wisconsin, no expansion here, but staying strong on the east side of the state. All right, so some updates for our plan design. We are, doing a shift in our plans this year. We are really doubling down on silver in most of our states. So for really the majority of our footprint, we are going to be retaining our silver plans, rolling out a new silver 7 plan, which is kind of our bronze lookalike plan, and mapping our bronze members to the silver plans in their current product design. But we really are rolling out this kind of silver plan. I think it's a 64% actuarial value plan with a $0 deductible and a copay plan design, so that folks, are going in using their coverage. But we've just struggled a little bit on that bronze plan design. So we are really trying to move folks, upgrade, let's say, to that silver plan, so they have the highest level of benefits, they have the highest APTC and CSRs available to them. So excited to see folks kind of moving in that direction here. We'll still have $0 deductible plans, copay plan designs, all that good stuff for these folks here. And then gold plans, we will have the gold 1, and then for silver 1 and gold 1, we will have the vision added option for just a couple dollars more if they want to add adult vision. And you'll see for a couple of other states, we will have bronze in Florida, Mississippi, California, and Washington. So a few states there will continue to be offered. We are moving out of a couple bronze designs there. So those will be mapped automatically to the silver in that product design. So no one's going to be dropped from a plan by any means. They are all being mapped by CMS into those plan designs. We've started communicating with these folks already. They've received letters, pre-renewal letters. They're receiving renewal emails now, as well as all the renewal letters coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So we're not trying to badger people, but want to communicate and make sure they're well aware of what's going on and the changes coming for them. And in Florida, we, as I alluded to earlier, we will have a Silver 5 plan design in 2 counties in the Miami and Broward area, offering a new kind of network design that we're doing. So slightly smaller network, lower premiums, hopefully an attractive opportunity for some folks down there in Florida. And then of course the Gold plan is still going strong there. Then New Mexico, they were just a little unique, state-based exchange, kind of now it's moving to state-based exchange. The OSI there did require us to map our bronze folks over to a Gold plan. But as I mentioned, the Gold plan is going to be the, lower cost option, lower cost than the Silver plans this year. So I think that was their, reasoning there. And then we are, rolling out a few new Silver plans in New Mexico as well. And then kind of getting rid of that Gold 2 plan, but keeping everyone on that Gold 1 if they are on a Gold plan there. So we'll be seeing a gold rush in New Mexico this year. It's going to be a fun one. And then Texas here, they do have their, standard benefit design. So we're seeing the Silver 3 and the Gold 3 there as well. Rest of the plan design there. And sorry, my dog wants to say hi. All right. And then Washington, another state-based exchange. Things are a little unique here. Same plan designs we're offering there. And did I leave out California? California, we are still offering all of our plan designs there as well. So, not too much changing for Washington, California. But some new Silvers in our other states. So excited to see those roll out for you guys. And then our new states, Kentucky, Idaho, and Illinois will be offering the same plan design in all 3 of these states. So our Silver 1, 2, 4, 7, and then Gold 1. And again, those vision opportunities for Silver 1 and Gold 1 folks. All right, and then a little sneak preview here of our benefit breakdown. So you can see our Silver 7 for a 100 and a 250 member. So again, $0 deductible for those folks, regardless of CSR or APTC level. And this doesn't have all the plans on it. I would go off the page, but if you guys want to see our benefits at a glance guide, we have those, of course. So I'll be sharing those with our folks over at AHCP, and they can get those to you guys. And let me see, I think I see some chats coming in. Let me pull this right here. Oh, how about the dog? Sorry, guys. I know, working from home, right?
Yeah, the chat's just going on your noisy coworker there.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one, right? Oh, and let's see. Okay, so we do pay commissions, definitely. AHCP can give you all the intel there, but yes, we are actually seeing some enhancements to our commissions, commission design this year. So stay tuned, excited for them to share that with you guys. Okay, sorry, someone's gotta go. Does the mapping change pricing to a price Silver structure? Yes. So they will be mapped to the Silver plans with those Silver rates for sure. Okay, glad everyone's got their pups at home with them. State's really rich with Molina clients right now. I don't think I have my Florida or my Texas one, but Texas, just to give you guys a little insight into where we have most of our membership. We are about 750,000 marketplace members right now, with about half of those, or more than half right now, in Texas. So Texas really was the show me state. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, it was an exciting year there. And then, our other large markets would be Washington, California, Florida. We're hoping to see our other markets grow a little bit. Utah is a good market for us, as well as, those, I think we saw a big increase in South Carolina as well. So I don't want to downplay our other states. We definitely want to, see our membership grow there, but, we have our larger markets in the middle of the country and on the coast here. All right, going in. Oh, and I did just want to call out, we do have $0 teledoc services for all of our members on, any of our plans. So if they use our teledoc feature, they can access those providers really within, less than a minute at no cost to them. And if they want to use a telehealth benefit for any of their other providers, or we do have some telehealth providers contracted for like behavioral health services, and some other kind of urgent care services. If it is outside of the teledoc contract, it would just be the copay for whatever service is being rendered. So urgent care would be at the urgent care copay, and behavioral health would be at that specialist copay. All right, moving on here, get back. All right. Let me see. So I did just want to highlight the Silver 5 here. We saw the Silver 7 on the last slide. And the Silver 5 here again is $0 deductible plan. And really it's just calling out kind of the different network options. So if you go to one of our choice hospitals that has a lower copay, and then the select hospitals have a slightly higher copay, and then same inpatient, outpatient, follow the same logic there. Let's see. All right, moving on. And then we do have a new benefit for our members here. Health perks, opportunity for them to get a $50 incentive if they complete their health risk assessment and wellness assessment and, annual physical exam. So, we're excited to offer this opportunity for folks to get a little gift card there and hopefully, ensure that we're managing their health to the best of our ability. And that is for subscribers and dependents, adults. So not the 18 and under crowd, but or I should say under 18. So 18 and older, this will be available to anyone on our plans. And some other new stuff we've got. So a lot of changes this year with Molina. We've had, we planned a, rollout of a few different platforms this year during what we thought would be a nice, quiet SEP. And of course, with the American Rescue Plan, that was not really, it was the busiest SEP we've ever had, which is, great. We loved it. We want more people to get health insurance. We want you guys to get more business, all for it. But we did, have a new enrollment billing and premium payment vendor rollout in April. So very excited to have systems that are functioning, much quicker to, really be able to grow and scale this line of business as needed. Similar process with our provider directory. We just finished the rollout of our new Sapphire online directory. So it looks like this. You guys probably had seen our old provider directory, which was homegrown, similar to really our enrollment and billing processes. We'd had those housed in our internal servers and built and supported by Molina employees for, since the beginning of this product line and even before for some of our other product lines. So it's been phenomenal to be able to work with new partners who really, can help us grow and scale. And, this provider directory is really lightning quick. It's a Google search functionality. You can search by the group name, you can search by the hospital name, you can search by just, hey, I want a doctor, I want to see somebody in this area. It really does it all. We're very excited. I know some of our other partners on this call probably use Sapphire, and, imitation is the best form of flattery, right? So we are excited to be rolling this out. And I did include the link there. If you go to our website and you're on one state, it will kind of geotag that state. And so you'll be looking at that state's directory. So if you want to be able to switch between markets and product lines, if you go to this link here, you can really switch to any different state and any different product line. So if you're selling Medicare as well, you can also access that directory here, and Medicaid as well. Getting going. And I didn't mention here, but if folks are able, the primary subscriber is able to select their PCP through this portal. They do have to do their kind of single sign-on login, but they don't have to go into their My Molina portal to make their PCP change. They can, of course, still do that. But if they want to make their PCP selection here, that is an opportunity for them to do that. And I don't think I have it on any of my slides, but in most of our states, the PCP, selection or auto assignment is kind of a soft assignment. We do not require referrals for any in-network Molina providers. California, Florida, a little different because we have medical group kind of contracts and IPAs there. But in most of our other states, we will auto assign a PCP, but it is not a gatekeeper to their care. They don't have to go to that PCP. They can see any PCP in our network as well as get any access to any of our other contracted providers. Some providers might require a referral or prior auth, and that of course is their totally up to them. But as a health plan, we don't require that for any of our in-network folks. So here we go, a little more insight into some of these features. I did get ahead of myself for that PCP selection here, but just want to make sure you guys are well aware and familiar with our new provider directory here and PCP selection. So they can do that through our provider directory, but also through their My Molina portal or their Molina mobile app. And of course, they can call member services, or if you guys are working with them, you can call into our broker services line to change their PCP order ID cards. And I'll jump into all the other good stuff our broker support team can help with. But you won't need the member on the line. You don't need to be an authorized rep or anything like that to work with our broker services team. They're happy to help you and folks in your office. We understand, it takes a team to support the books of business that you guys have. So, they're not going to turn away your admin or office manager who's helping to support this member. And I will pause right here. Okay. All right. So just a couple questions here on contracting. To get appointed with us and to add state appointments, reach out to your general agency. So I don't know, Nick, if you're the one to go to, but usually, just talk to your folks over here at Contract and they'll help you out there. Paying a bonus. We are paying a bonus this year. I don't, not for the HRA, let's be clear. Let's see, but we will be rolling out a bonus for enrollment. And I don't know, we'll see next year if we need help with making sure folks are getting this health risk assessment done, we may roll out a bonus. This will be kind of a experimental year this year with our new My Health Perks program. So stay tuned, it's not off the table, but we'll keep you guys posted. And there is no minimum policy requirement to be compensated. So you guys are good to go there. Oh. Sorry, kid. All right, let me see.
There was one question in the chat, and so I just want to clarify. They were saying, on the plans that you were going over, the deductible and stuff were a little bit different from the updated 2022 figures. So are you just using last year's plan data, or have we rolled out the new plan data yet on the slides that you were using, or? Yeah,
no, this is our new plan data.
Okay. Somebody called out that your maximum out of pocket showed $8,550 on one of the plans, and ACA moved up to $8,700 for 2022. But honestly, guys, the maximum out of pocket can be any range up to $8,700. So that's not necessarily anything, but that's definitely something we wanted to call out, Amy, that was brought up in the questions.
Good note. Yes, it is $8,550 for those plans at that $250 level. So. Yeah, we're a little bit under than I guess the total max there, but yeah, that is our 2022 plan design. Hey, don't get me wrong, we could make mistakes, but yeah, that out of pocket max is correct.
Cool. And then to hint on what you said at the very end, guys, when we're done here, I am going to give information for contracting because there's been a lot of contracting questions coming up in this chat with everyone presenting. You're going to always want to first come to your agency, whether that's us here at HST or us at AHCP. You need to go to your contract, and I'll give you guys all that information because we need to double check that everything's in line for you.
Thank you. Yes, they are phenomenal. So and if they have questions, they come to us too. So we'll get you the answer we need. If they don't have it, they'll figure it out. They'll get it for you. So thank you. All right, and then I also mentioned our payment system. So we do have a new billing system in addition to our enrollment process. So pay now, you can do, as always, through your redirect on your exchange. If you hit that pay now button, it'll take you to our, it's now called our PaySafe portal. Members can set up auto pay. They can pay for the whole year if they want. And they can also do all of that through their My Molina Pay Now redirect as well. And we do have the one-time payment option in addition to this. And I do want to call this out because it really is the easiest way to pay, in my opinion. Members can, of course, call in to our billing department and make payments over the phone. But if they have the last four of their social, their date of birth, and zip code, they can make any payment they would like at any time. So if they have a 50-cent premium and they want to make that one payment, or they want to make the payment for the year, they can do that there through that website. It's not the easiest one to remember, but if you go to molinamarketplace.com and select payment options and hit pay bill, it will take you to that website. So, and of course, we take other forms of payment as well, always by mail. You can do bill pay through your bank and MoneyGram as well, if anyone wants to pay in cash. And as I mentioned, phone, of course, we'll still take payments over the phone. And if anyone is familiar with our My Molina member portal, we are giving it a facelift this year. Very excited to see that happen again. It's one of those things that we haven't done, at least as long as I've been here. I've been with Molina for almost 5 years. And this is the first time we've really made, really given it a big makeover. So, still have all the functionality and more, but, auto pays there, their accumulator for their deductible and out-of-pocket max. Of course, if it's a $0 deductible plan, won't apply there, but the details of their plan and, ordering ordering an ID card or changing a doctor. And then, of course, all their messages and notifications are available to them here on their portal, and they can use that through a desktop or through their phone. We did roll out, this is over a year ago now, a new kind of member-facing marketplace site. So molinamarketplace.com, you can go and access all of our member forms, our quoting tool. You can see all the member services numbers, our payment opportunities, all that good stuff. We have FAQs for members, FAQs for brokers. And if there's anything else you want to see on this website, please, please, please let us know. We are all ears. It's really kind of homegrown based on, what we've heard from members and brokers over the years. And, we're always updating it and keeping it fresh. So let us know if there's anything that you guys would like to see here. And member services, as I mentioned, these are available to our members in all of our states. I don't have the hours of operation here, but they will be expanding for open enrollment. And we can get those to you guys so you have those handy. But I just want to make sure you guys see all these numbers. And of course, Idaho, Illinois, and Kentucky are going to be going live on 11/1 once open enrollment goes live in those states. And our broker tools, we love our broker portal. We are actually working on a revamp for that as well, hopefully rolling out in Q2. We really just want to give you guys more tools and opportunity to support your members, to the best of your ability. So currently, you have your book of business search, you have reconciliation updates to, if you want to give your new license, you can load that. Another great thing that we're doing at the broker services team is we are no longer going to be requiring an E&O renewal every year. It's been a battle I've been fighting for a while, and luckily this year with contracting, we are going to require an E&O upfront when you get contracted with us, but we will no longer require an annual renewal documentation. So very excited, no holds on commissions or anything like that for, getting that into us late. So happy to be making that change moving forward as of, I think it was 10/15. So I think, no, it was October 1st. What am I saying? October 1st, that change happened. So excited to be moving into the future there. And if you guys haven't gone on your broker portal, let me know. We're happy to get you guys in there and kind of walk you through setting up that password, but the login is your broker number. So if you're new, it should be like a BA. If you've been with us for a while, it's AA and then 4 digits. Happy to get that for you guys if you don't have it. And broker services, this is really our secret weapon. They are phenomenal. They're based out of Utah, most of them, but we have kind of expanded nationally now with COVID and everyone working remote. I do just want to really call out our care team here. They are your member services for brokers. So again, you don't have to have the member on the line or be an authorized rep. You can call in to support your members with any sort of issues that they're facing, access to care, claims, billing discrepancies. If they were termed for whatever reason and they don't want to be termed, we can work on reinstatements there. So don't want to downplay our other awesome departments, recon for commissions and contracting to get you guys going. But really want to highlight that broker care email box, and also, that main number you can call option 2 and get our care team. And as promised, our marketplace sales managers here are your folks for California, Florida, and Florida this year. Actually, Dennis and Tina are going to be sharing the whole state, so you can call either one. They're not going to be splitting by north and south. And Adam Grimaldo, who used to be over Utah and New Mexico, is now going to be Idaho and Utah. And then Kasai, we also call him KT because sometimes we have a little trouble with his name pronunciation, but he's going to be adding Illinois to his markets and doing Michigan, Ohio. And Jim McGuire, who used to be our Washington rep, who's now living in the South, he's taken over Kentucky and Wisconsin. And Gene is a new addition to the team as well. He's over New Mexico and North Texas, the DFW area. And then Gabe is everything else in Texas. And Casey Meehan in Washington, who's about to have a baby any day now. So he may be out for a little bit, but you guys can always reach me for anything Washington related. And that is it. I know I'm a minute over here. Apologies. I talk too much, I know. So let's just see. We have a couple more questions in here.
There's one big one, and it's essentially saying, does a broker have to be licensed or also appointed with Molina prior to open enrollment, prior to 11/1, or can they actually still license and appoint with you guys during open enrollment?
Yeah, we don't close contracting. They can get appointed at any time. Our one main, push really is they need to be appointed and background checked and all that good stuff in our system at the time of signing. So at the time of writing a piece of business with us, we do need them to be in our system. Again, that's something we're working on with our new broker portal. We're going to be working on just-in-time appointments. So that isn't the case, but as of right now, in our current broker portal technological state, we do have to have folks in the system. So please, even if you don't know you're going to write Molina or not, get appointed. There's no charge to you guys. So yeah, please, if you think you might be selling in one of our markets, get appointed just in case. And we want to get you guys paid on any policies you write. So good point there. We just really want to get you guys going here sooner rather than later. And Molina is an HMO plan, but we function like an EPO, as I mentioned, in a lot of our states. So we are, just offering the one HMO product, but pretty flexible, network adequacy regulations on our side. Awesome. And Silver, yep, is all the CSR plans. So we just called out 2 CSR plans there. But of course, all of our Silver plans are offered in all, 100, 150, 200, and 250. And got a question for Nick. Okay, appointed, licensed, all that good stuff. Oh, we want to see our marketplace sales managers. And again, I will get this to you guys. You'll get a copy of this so you can, have everyone's cell phone numbers and email addresses ready to go. Awesome. Is there any other questions I may have missed? And we do like automatic, you mean like passive enrollment? Or just that last question there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that last one means either, but.
Yeah, but we do, the exchanges all do, kind of automatic passive enrollment, even New Mexico, they're moving. So that will be going on. We, will auto renew all of our members in our plans, or if they're mapping to a new plan, they'll be mapped over to those automatically.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, we will get you all this information. I know Amy will get this to us, and then as well, this is a recorded training, so all this stuff will be available for you guys. Asking if it automatically rolls over in enrollment. I doubt that. Amy, do you guys automatically roll over in enrollment? So if somebody was enrolled with you guys last year, do you guys automatically roll that over?
Yeah, I mean, it's done by the exchanges and, by healthcare.gov, but yeah, we honor, all those auto renewals that come our way. Okay,
cool. Well, Amy, thank you so much. You and your beautiful little coworker that joined us. We're so thankful that you took some time out to speak to us here again. Thank you so much, Amy. We really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys. It was lovely talking to you guys. And the one thing I realized, I don't have my number on here, but I will get that out to you guys too, so you can contact me as well. Thanks so much.
Of course. Yeah, you can throw it in the chat if you want at any point. So awesome. Well, thank you. All right. Well, guys, we are getting to our last carrier now, and we have Susan and Jared, actually, I know both of them, joining us here from Oscar. So what's up, Susan? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great. So you ready to finish us off here?
I am. I know that you guys have had quite the day. So really excited for the chance to be with you guys.
Yeah, we're excited. We see your screen perfectly, so it's all you, girl.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm having a quick issue with the screen share, so give me 1 second. Things never work how you'd like them to.
Amen.
So I am Susan. I'm here with Oscar today with Jared. We're so thrilled to get the chance to talk to you. We know it's a busy time of year, and excited to just introduce who Oscar is to all of you. So let me just present my screen one more time and we will hop right in. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. All right, so these are our photos. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Obviously, this is a much better headshot than how I look working from home these days, but really excited to hop on. So I'm the National Sales Manager for Oscar. And we also have Jared on the call as well. Jared, did you want to say hey?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Excited to show you some more of our plan options this year as well.
So today we're going to start with a high-level overview of Oscar, just to make sure you guys all know who we are. So we are the first health insurance company built around a full-stack technology platform with a relentless focus on serving our members. Okay, so how do we do that? We're using technology in our member-centric approach to drive more cost savings and higher satisfaction. And we make this vision a reality by building a member experience that people love and actually want to engage with. And when members engage with Oscar, we can help them realize their cost savings. So by making it super easy for members to navigate and get involved within their own healthcare journeys, we build this level of trust, which drives our members to come back to us time and time again, which leads to record levels of member engagement. And then finally, this drives lower out-of-pocket costs and better healthcare outcomes for our members as they're educated in everything that they're doing. So the Oscar difference. The 4 things that make us stand out is we build patient-centric networks with trusted doctors. We provide all of our members care teams that support the individual. Our plans are designed to help members save, and we provide convenient access to in-person and virtual care. So let me touch on these pretty quickly. So last year we launched our virtual primary care offerings. This essentially allows our members to have their primary care doctor via a video chat. There's always $0 copays on these plans that include virtual primary care. And best of all, a lot of the follow-up services will also cost $0 for silver and gold plans. Now, something that we offer to every member is our virtual urgent care. We allow our members to connect with the next available doctor by phone call or secure message in as little as 15 minutes directly from their Oscar app. It's unlimited, available 24/7, and always $0 on all plans, apart from our catastrophic plans. And then finally, I'll touch on this in a little bit, but we also have care teams with our members. So each of our members are paired with 3 care guides and 1 registered nurse. And these are the teams that really help our members figure out how to manage their care with Oscar. So they can answer insurance plan questions. They help with pre-procedure prep. They provide high quality virtual care and so much more. So with all of that, as I've said, Oscar's main thing is helping our members get involved in their healthcare journey, making it easy with our technology to help realize their cost savings. Through their app, our members are actually able to search in-network doctors, facilities, and drugs, or by a reason for their visit. They can access them on their phone or through their desktop, and they can filter through providers by online booking capability, appointment availability, distance, gender, and language. This is just a high-level overview of what the members portal looks like on a desktop. Super easy to search for in-network doctors and drugs, requesting virtual care, viewing their ID card, and more. And our app, I wish we had time today to walk through it because it's truly one of the more exciting things about Oscar is how easy it is to use our app. But what it allows our members to do is message or call their care guides, view their digital member ID cards, and so much more. This is also now fully translated to serve our 120,000 plus Spanish-speaking members, as well as helping with additional translations by calling into the care guides. So what's new for 2022? This year, Oscar will offer individual and family plans for the first time in 21 states. We expanded into 3 new states this year and statewide by adding several new counties throughout our map. Additionally, Oscar is adding PCP selection and assignment to help deepen our relationship with our top primary care providers. We're launching a diabetes plan to help better serve our members living with diabetes. Really excited for Jared to walk you guys through this. It's a great new offering. We're rolling out a new rewards program in Florida. As you guys know, Florida is as competitive as it gets. And we're offering a new $100 rewards program for our Florida members. Also, this open enrollment, we're piloting an EDE experience to help quote and enroll your on-exchange members. And we're also partnering with Nat General to sell Nat General Select Dental PPO and Plan Enhancer coverage solutions. So to dive in a bit deeper on our PCP selection, so our new members will now have the option to select a PCP during their member onboarding process. And they have the ability to search for a provider directly or browse different PCPs. And if a member doesn't have a PCP in mind, we can certainly recommend one. So why I'm talking about this is because Oscar this year is launching a new culturally competent care program. So by leveraging our consumer-focused technology and personalized member experience, we set out to help members find care that is culturally sensitive. So the goals of this plan, of this project, is to deepen the connection between member, provider, and health plan through inclusiveness and representation, making care more accessible for those who encounter systematic roadblocks, and improving healthcare outcomes and reducing racial disparities within the healthcare experience. So far, and this is something that I am so proud to work at a company who focuses on this, is we've collected provider data for thousands of providers that include race, ethnicity, and language to support our member search preferences. This means that a member can search through our network and find a doctor that connects with them and understands their day-to-day struggles. We've launched a corporate giving program. We're pursuing a multicultural healthcare distinction, and we're piloting additional member experiences to improve member satisfaction and overall healthcare improvement. So EDE, and I know I'm running through this quick, we just have so many exciting updates this year. So EDE was the #1 most requested feature from brokers in 2019 and 2020. So this year we're partnering with Stride to have an easy shopping experience for on-exchange right within your Oscar broker portal. So there's no more jumping back and forth between Oscar and the FFM. Everything will happen directly on your broker portal. This will streamline the process for applying for subsidies on your clients and then making it easier to renew your Oscar clients. As soon as we have the additional screenshots of how exactly this will look, I'll make sure to get it sent out to you all so that you can review and feel comfortable for this when it's time to go. All right, and with that, I'm going to pass it over to Jared to kind of let you guys know what to expect from Oscar this year and what we're really excited about.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Susan. And thank you for the time as well, Nick. Great to see you and great to have everyone as well. So we won't be touching on our geographic expansions, but feel free to ask us questions afterwards. And of course, send us emails as well to ask more about our geographic expansion for next year. So first and foremost, let's go over the silver plans that we kind of most focused on or excited about next year. So we're trying to keep things, I hate to be kind of corny, but simple but there really are sort of these 4 versions of Silver Simple that you'll see in most of our states for next year. And the nice thing about them is they have similar benefits, but there are 4 versions of them which have kind of particular kind of differentiating aspects about them. So we can kind of go through them granularly, but again, Silver Simple itself is going to be likely the most cost-effective silver option. Then there's 2 kind of variations of that. One's a PCP saver for slightly more affordable PCP costs. Another one is very similar, but specifically focused on the specialist costs. Let's say somebody's seeing an endocrinologist very regularly, then they'll be able to kind of pick their plan, but they still want an affordable premium as well. And then the big news, as well as Susan said, as well as that diabetic plan on the Silver Simple side. And again, these are plans for this open enrollment, of course. So let's have a look at that PCP saver. So again, this is going to be one of the more affordable options in many exchanges, largely for folks who have that 100 to 150% of the federal poverty level. We see the differences there in deductible from $0 deductible to $3,000 if they're at CSR's $250, and also kind of move adjusting there as well. We'll see there in particular, this is a tiered option that we're showing here, which is Florida specific. Other states don't have tiered PCP networks, but you kind of get the idea in regard to having that $0 cost on the primary care as a benefit of this PCP saver, and then you have a separate copay on the specialist side. Again, virtual urgent care, always free and unlimited. We have an urgent care copay as well on this. And then you see the ultra affordable costs on the Tier 1A and Tier 1A and Tier 1B drugs as well on the formulary. This is the Silver Simple itself. Again, this is the most cost-effective version of this plan as well. You'll see very similar benefits, but here, for example, in Florida, you see how that tiered benefit is now a little bit more expensive since it doesn't have that PCP benefit, but very much similar costs on some of the other benefits as well. Again, these Silver Simple plans are going to be the best options for your medium to high subsidized members. And then here we see the specialist option again. So we see, especially look at CSR 150, so a heavily subsidized member here. Perhaps they're seeing that specialist very regularly. They can see that specialist at $5. And again, urgent care also very affordable at $30 as well. Again, that kind of 0-15, this is a tiered option. So this is specific to Florida. There'll obviously be this version of the plan in other states too, where we don't do a tiered PCP network. Just in short, just because I saw the question come up now, I'm happy to answer it. Basically, in Miami-Dade, we have a Tier 1 and Tier 2 network. And in the rest of Florida, we have kind of everything else is a slightly different PCP network. The reason for that is there are large PCP groups in Miami-Dade itself as well. And then the Silver Classic as well. So this is kind of one of the sort of richer offers benefit-wise. Again, largely for subsidized members, but has kind of like more complete benefits across the board at a slightly higher premium. So of course, there's that $0 primary care visits with $5 specialist visits on that 150 CSR range. Even if we go up the income spectrum as well, we have a fairly low deductible $37.50, primary care at $30, specialist at $60. So again, just kind of a more complete benefit option on the Silver Classic. So if you think Silver Simple, that's much more affordable. We have those different versions of it depending on the client. And then that Silver Classic is going to be that richer benefit on the Silver side. So then kind of the sort of main event that I'm probably most excited about for next year is a diabetic plan. This will be available in most states. And there's some massive kind of benefits, frankly, for folks who are either pre-diabetic or actively managing diabetes. So I think kind of the call out here is how prevalent diabetes is, and also how it complicates other conditions as well, as we know. And because of that, we decided to implement this plan. I believe it's one of the first that actually has these specific benefits. This will be on the silver tier, slightly more expensive than others, but again, specific benefits aimed at diabetic members. So you'll see the benefits there: $0 eye and foot exams, diabetic labs, so labs in reference to diabetic costs, since obviously they often tend to have to do these fairly frequently, are at $0. And then PCP visits are at $0 too. So massive call out there, really happy about that. And last, but certainly not least, we'll have insulin capped at $100 a month. So in our formulary, you'll see several different versions of insulins. We even have a $3 version in many states at many income levels. But of course, some folks like certain or are prescribed certain insulins that might cost several $100s, and there are in the formulary. Now on this plan, insulin costs will be capped at $100 per month. And that's just a massive long-term savings for it. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, really excited about this. This is like a real game changer on the diabetic space. And frankly, if somebody is actively managing diabetes, is likely going to be their best option this coming open enrollment. Lastly, we kind of partnered with Livongo, a wellness per company to help folks manage type 1 and type 2 diabetes. They can also earn groceries up to $100 a year as well. And then there's also access to fitness classes through ACH. Again, in special enrollment, not for this year, but for next year, SEPs, of course, will have access to this plan. So this plan starts 1/1/22. And then here's kind of the breakdown of that plan. Sorry, just quickly, Susan, just to kind of give a brief overview again, those basic benefits don't change. That $0 primary care is still there, $0 virtual urgent care, $0 diabetic labs, and then still affordable tiering on the prescription level. And of course, that $100 a month insulin cap at all CSR tiers. So those main benefits that I pointed out on the previous screen are kind of for, frankly, any income group as well. The only things you'll see an adjustment on are kind of the specialist visits, and of course, the deductible and MOOP, which adjust as per normal with the other incomes. So heading to bronze, we also have great options on bronze next year. So many of you might remember 2 years ago, we launched a plan called Classic Bronze Next. It was honestly like a watershed for us in regard to bronze planning. And it was that one that had that $0 medical deductible with just basically copays throughout, and then a separate RX deductible. Really strong choice for people who want upfront costs. They don't have particularly complex cases. They certainly aren't taking any kind of brand name drugs. Well, because of the popularity of that, we're actually launching this as a new plan this coming year, and we have 2 versions of it as well because of the popularity. So Bronze Classic Next now becomes Bronze Elite. So you'll see Bronze Elite, and then you'll see Bronze Elite $0. So let's just take a jump into what that looks like. So the existing Classic Bronze Next, the true replacement of that is the Bronze Elite $0 deductible. So again, that's still a $0 deductible on the medical side, separate RX deductible with copays throughout. And then the Bronze Elite, which is kind of a new version of this plan as well, is a slightly more affordable option where we've added a deductible now, but still with very much the same copay levels on the plan. So you'll see primary care specialists, even emergency room at a copay as well. So again, folks who aren't having particularly complex cases and certainly are not on anything higher than a tier 1 drug. Again, most of our formulary is very, very broad, especially on the tier 1A and B side. In actual fact, we've identified that 98% of our existing membership could have a drug and do have a drug for them in the tier 1A and tier 1B tier. So just kind of want to call out the breadth of that tier 1A and tier 1B list. And then thirdly, just that other plan as well, the Bronze Classic $0 PCP. The reason I kind of like to call this out is that, many folks, I want the cheapest plan, right? I want the cheapest option. I don't have particularly, complex care management or anything like that. I just want to be able to go to the doctor, have it be affordable, etc. Now, this Bronze Classic $0 PCP is likely going to be the best option for those kinds of folks. So again, this is probably going to be like the second or third most affordable bronze option in most of our states on Oscar. And kind of the call out here is, your primary care is of course $0, as the title establishes, but you also have a copay on the urgent care. So for folks who might just want, something for their kids or themselves to go to primary care, maybe when they get the flu or something like that, and then urgent care, if they sprain their wrist or something of that nature. But over and above, they just really want an affordable premium. They want coverage should something, really drastically happen. But on the day-to-day, they aren't really experiencing a lot of frequent medical needs. So that's going to be a great option there on the Bronze Classic $0 PCP. So that's all I have prepared. Susan will jump into how to work with us, and we'll touch on broker support because I saw a question come in on that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. I know that we're getting close to time, so I will run through this. Wanted to just quickly call up our broker resource website. So this is at hioscar.com/brokers. Here you can find everything about Oscar. So our plan and network docs, upcoming events. So if there's a specific state you want to learn more about, you can go there. You can download marketing materials and more. On the right-hand side is the national sales team. So this is myself and John. We really are your dedicated team to help with plan and benefit questions, appointment issues, quoting and enrollment, and so much more. John is the account manager that does help with all major escalations, but we also do have a broker support team. That's brokers at hioscar.com. That's always available to help answer your questions, and really comes back to, well, this may sound cheesy, kind of our motto for everything. We're here to earn your trust, here to win your trust, and therefore earn your business. We do this by providing help when you need it. So having a knowledgeable broker support team and having our website, ease of doing business. So I know we didn't get time to walk through our broker portal today. It's incredibly simple and intuitive. We own all of our tech. So always looking for your feedback and your suggestions to continue to improve it. And then really providing a better member experience, which leads to higher retention numbers for our agents. And so with that, wanted to open up for questions, and I can leave up this information on the screen as well. John Bowman, he is definitely, this is the information to lock down, National AM at hioscar.com. We really offer this to our premier partners as kind of a way to skip the line with broker support. So definitely want you guys to know that you have access to this and make sure that you feel like you're supported from Oscar.
I'll ask a couple questions. I also want to answer a couple that came in here as well, Susan. But one, they asked, are you guys in Michigan for 2022? I don't want to go through every state, but that one just came out.
Yes, we are.
Okay, cool. There are two questions, and this one I'll let you or Jared correct me if I say anything wrong here. But so Brianna, she asked, can we get a little more detail on the partnership with NatGen Dental? And that's actually an exciting one, Brianna. So Oscar, if you actually write through Oscar's portal, right? If you're writing an application through Oscar's portal, Oscar partnered with NatGen a few months back, and they actually have a couple NatGen supplemental plans that actually quote and you can enroll in Oscar's portal. So you guys actually, if you're enrolling through Oscar, you'll see NatGen Select Dental as well as Plan Enhancer supplemental plans available in there that you could. So if you're writing within Oscar, it's just a way to get a more robust customer experience there. So and correct me if I said anything wrong there, Susan, but that's kind of what we're experiencing now with that partnership with NatGen, Brianna. And then Sean, you asked, good afternoon, I'm trying to appoint with Oscar, but I'm having issues with the site. Is there anyone I can speak with? Sean, that's a great question. I'm going to throw my screen up here for this. Okay, guys, we have two different agencies on this call today, aside from all of our great carriers that have taken time out today. We implore you all, please, 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 please reach out to your contracting. I'm seeing questions left and right about contracting, appointments in different states, all this stuff. The simplest way to do this is reach out to your contracting team and have them do the discount double check for you, right? So AHCP, reach out to contracting at ahcpsales.com. You can also call them. For HST, you know Jackie, just hit up Jackie. It's jackie.zacone at ngic.com. So important, guys, but that's the first place you should check, and let your contracting team tell you where you're at, where you've left off with anything there. before diving too far into the weeds elsewhere. Okay. So that's very, very important there. Let me see. Oh, also loving that diabetes plan. That diabetes plan looks sick. So super pumped for that for you guys. And thank you for sharing that with us. Are there any questions for Oscar specifically for Susan or Jared before we let them go, guys? Let me see. QA came through here. The brokers, do you have a broker support? No, Jared's typing it. Yeah, Jared got it. Cool. Brianna went to the restroom and missed my answer. Girl, my goodness. So, Brianna, what that partnership is with NatGen is Oscar actually got NatGen supplemental plans put into their portal. So if you actually write Oscar plans through Oscar's portal, you'll also be able to quote and enroll NatGen Select Dental as well as Plan Enhancer through Oscar's portal. That's that partnership with the two companies. Okay. Well, guys, first off, Susan, Jared, thank you guys so much. We've been working a lot with you guys the last few months, so great to see you guys again. And thank you for coming on and pouring some information into us. This was really a great training. We cannot thank you guys enough. The broker support number was answered. So if you look in the answered Q&A, it's in there. Jared definitely went in there and answered it for us. But I can also copy it into the chat for y'all. There you go. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for attending our ACA kickoff. This was a fun event. Thank you for giving us your morning today. We're so excited to see everybody, what you guys do this open enrollment. We know you guys are going to kill it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll get these recordings to you guys soon. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great open enrollment. We'll see you.